guys, hello and welcome. Day 2. How you feeling?
Dude, I feel great. I feel great. I got plenty of sleep last night. Yesterday was super fun. Everyone here is super chill. If you're in Montreal, I definitely suggest you come down and hang out.
Absolutely.
I got to play a bunch of StarCraft, play some Smash, have some beers, watch some games. It was great. It was great.
How was the Smash?
Well,
you're not the worst player in the house, at least.
Well, maybe not, but I mean, Swati plays Protoss. Marth's sword is so long. Wow, you're so good for choosing Marth. So it was a little bit painful.
Really?
Just like my normal StarCraft day.
You play StarCraft, it's painful. You had TVPs a bunch. You go and you play Smash, he's playing the Protoss to Smash.
Yep.
Really can't win.
This is my life. I always choose the hard path.
I figured. So, here we are. This is the trophy for the tournament.
Dude, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I don't know how well chat will be able to see this, but a clear acrylic
That's
trophy.
That's a great looking trophy.
Yeah, honestly, I got it in the mail, and I saw it, and I opened it up. I was like, oh, wow, this is like a lot better than I was expecting.
Dude, it's nice. That's I think it's a really good idea to have trophies. Like I think that's it's like it gives. Here's the thing: we all play Brood War.
Yeah.
No one's really like a pro and going to win ASL and stuff. So like something like this to remember
that you actually went to an event.
Yeah, right.
Well.
I think it's great. It's like if you have grandkids one day, you can be like, yeah, I used to be really good at video games. You know.
Your grandkids are like, what are video games?
Yeah.
Oh man. So how are you feeling about the bracket?
Yeah, let's look at the bracket. The bracket it's good. It's a good bracket. I actually think that the top bracket was a little bit harder than the bottom bracket. So that was kind of nice, but yeah, that Urban semi, you know, they're probably players 5 and 6 in terms of skill here, and they played like first round, which was super rough. That was a 6 series though.
Yeah, dude, that was like 30 minutes every game. It was super fun to watch.
Yeah. And so that was a really great series. I haven't really gotten to watch a lot of loser bracket. There's quietly some very strong players here. Like I think Least put out some very good games against me.
Absolutely.
So he's looking pretty strong. Looking at this bottom bracket, I do think that probably Semi and Urban are going to go right up, and they're going to be playing the losers of these 2 round of 4 winners match. I think that'll be the top 6 pretty clearly.
Okay.
I mean, maybe someone in there is going to surprise me, but. Like, you know, Urban and Semi are really well known, and I think, like, really underrated players, too.
I think I agree with that. I think Ball and Lightstorm will be an interesting one, but I think Semi absolutely smashes the winner of that. So
yeah, I think so. Semi's really good. And he's willing to do some dirty things in a tournament, man.
Yeah.
Our strongest Protoss here, so I'd be surprised if he doesn't top 6.
Fair. So we get this, and then the losers, obviously, of you and Gypsy, which will be up first. And then Crossing Striker, 2 mirrors.
Yeah,
bracket.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate on that, I guess. But
all PVZ in the lower bracket, top bracket TVT and DVZ.
Well, this is kind of funny because, like, you know, I find Gypsy to be like a hard matchup. He's very good TVT. But you know, we've been hanging out since I got here, and like. We both agree that TVZ is completely unwinnable at the moment, so we're probably secretly both happy to be playing each other in the round of 4.
So basically, it's just, this is going to be a great series, and then it's just going to be impossible.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's LAN, anything can happen, but yeah, it's a tough matchup right now, and they're like the top 2 Zergs in North America, and in fact, like I mean. Unless Zeke is active, probably the best 2 Zergs outside of Korea, right? So
that sounds about right.
Yeah, no, they're super strong, both of them.
And then they'll play against Semi and Urban. We'll get to here. This is where the best of 5s in the lower bracket will start.
Oh, okay, so it's best of 3 until losers round 6. Okay, so like, and that's basically top 4.
Yeah,
that's everyone's top 4 at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's great.
Semis. This is what we'll probably
good bracket, yeah.
For the chat's sake, we'll be casting both of these series. We'll be casting the winner, and then we'll jump down here, grab this, go through the losers bracket, and then into the finals.
Yeah,
That's pretty much our run for today.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. I really hope that it's not a ZVZ Grand Finals. That's the one matchup where I'm like. You know, because even with them, they're like, I don't know, I went like 9 pool and like he went hatch first, so it was pretty easy.
Yeah, you just, I don't know, I built links, sent them across, accidentally won.
Yeah, it's like, he didn't have his lings yet? That's a sick build. But yeah, I mean, anyway you have it, these are all very, very strong players that are going to be at the end.
Yeah, I mean, with the lower bracket, there's pretty much unlikely for a ZVZ, but still plenty of potential. Like obviously with you and Jip, whoever loses in the lower bracket run, it's gonna be tough for anyone.
Yeah. I honestly I can see all four of us all beating each other, and then like I think Urban and Semi can both make upsets as well.
Yeah.
Like it's possible.
All right. Before I let you go get ready, what do you think? Your series, you and Jip, what do you think the score's gonna be?
3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
Nice. It's about what I was predicting too. I think probably either way, but it's going to be a 3-2.
I think so. Like he does very well against me online, but so does everyone.
Yeah.
I don't have anyone blaring shit into my headset that I have to pay attention to. So
we can pull your headset off. And
please don't. Please don't. This is where I find all of my Brood War happiness is LAN tournaments. So no, I think it'll be a good series. Like I feel like when I'm playing well, I can give Jip really good games. But I think without question, like I can't claim to be a better player than him.
Yeah.
But I know a thing or two. I've been around a bit, so
fair.
I think we can have a very nice series here, and I'm kind of approaching this tournament a little bit differently than I have previous tournaments.
Okay.
Where I'm just kind of like, this one isn't as much about results for me. I'm trying this other thing because it gets really fucking depressing if you're trying to win a tournament, and it's just like. When I threw against Jayun in New York last year, for instance, it's like I'm trying to win this tournament, and then I do that, and I'm like, I need to lay down in the road. This is bad. But, like, I'm just trying to play good Terran games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just, like,
I
just want to put out a good, solid Terran game where I'm playing Terran correctly. It's like, there's no correct way to play. There actually fucking is. Okay, you're a newbie. But, yeah, I just want to put out some good, solid Terran games, and I'll be happy.
Ah, sick. All right, good luck. Have fun.
Thank you. So we're playing first. Should I go do my vetoes with him?
Yep, go ahead. Catch ball if you need a hand. Ball.
Alrighty.
Yeah, catch him. He'll help you with the vetoes.
All right. Good luck casting this series. It's
do you
gonna
mind?
be long.
Do you mind tapping Javier on your way back and sending him over?
Yeah, sure. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, guys. You heard it from here first. Artosis thinks he's going to win 3-0. No, I'm kidding. 3-2. Ah, man. It's going to be like, what, 5 hours of TVT before we can start any other match? Oh, it's going to be a party today, guys. Ready with blue shorts. Artosis dresses himself. In case you're curious, Artosis absolutely dresses himself. All right, perfect. Sorry, I looked over at the mic and I thought it wasn't working. I'm like, no, it is. All right, Javier, welcome.
Hello.
You get our Terran on the desk.
Good morrow.
How are you feeling today?
Fantastic.
Sick.
I'm feeling so well. I'm so ready for this TVT.
Ready for TVT. Can you imagine being ready for TVT?
Oh, I'm always ready for TVT, man.
God help us all. Guys, I found the Terran player.
That's me. I like the Terran race. I don't want to lie.
Yeah?
You have to be true to yourself, and TVT is just a part of life.
Yeah?
As a Terran.
Jip is in the zone already, unfortunately. But we'll absolutely catch the winner. We definitely need to catch the winner here, get them on the desk. And I think we might do small little winner interviews from here on out.
Nice.
See how people are feeling. But, yeah, it all depends on who we can get on the mic. The people want Rice Hat. He's coming, actually. It will be a Rice Hat Javier cast.
Oh, I'm looking so much. I'm looking forward to it so much. Like, I love Rice Hat. I've known him for about 2 or 3 years now.
Really?
Yeah. Like, we started out together on a StarCraft 2 server when COVID hit.
Oh.
And that's how he was called the Cell at that time.
Okay.
And just by pure coincidence, he'd like, that's now he's called Rice Hat. And he messaged me, hey, do you remember me? I was like the Cell. And I said, oh, dude, what the fuck, really? I remember you. Like, and now we're hanging out. It's great.
Sick. Yeah, man, StarCraft brings people together. All right, there's the game. I'll go ahead and get let me let him know real quick. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go get Rice Hat for you. You guys can get set up for cast.
Sweet.
All right, you entertain the matches, Javier.
Absolutely, I will. All right, guys. You are ready for the TVT match of all TVT matches, right? Like, we got fucking Artosis and Gypsy, like the biggest Terrans in North America you could absolutely hope for. So we have them right here in this building, and they're going to duke it out. It's going to be so nice, man. I'm so excited. No, we're not fucking Artosis. I'm sorry. yeah, grab a drink, go to the toilet. It's going to be a long ride. We're not going to make any breaks in between. So if you have to go, go now. But yeah, there it is, my boy Ricehead. How are you?
Good. I am so good. I feel like we are the only two people in this room who are absolutely excited. I can't wait for this TVT. Oh my god, I'm so pumped.
I am as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Gypsy Artosis, the two legends of NA. I don't know. I'm super excited.
We're going to start out on retro. Do you know the other maps? I'm not sure, right?
I don't know what the other maps. I just got here.
We'll see. I guess the players know.
All right. Looks like we're gonna start up soon.
Yeah, players are ready. I think we're only waiting for Gypsy to give his A-OK, and then we're into the game.
Yeah. This is my first time controlling all the things here. I need to make sure I do it right.
All right. Do you want to observe or should I?
Do you want to observe?
I don't care. I guess like yeah, I can observe, and so you can focus on the talking, because I guess you're a bit of a better talker than me, but
I wouldn't say that.
I can give you my TVT insights.
Yeah, I need you. I need you here.
Is it a best of 5 or best of 3 now, Aaron? Is it best of 5 or 3?
This is best of 5.
Oh, it's a best of 5, guys.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sorry, I need to hop in here.
Oh yeah. So, we're starting out on retro. In the top left, we have our main man. It's the biggest Root War streamer we have. It's Artosis.
Woo!
And in the bottom right, it's our boy, the retired Terran, coming
This is
back.
retro.
It's Gypsy.
The retired boy coming back. And anyone else watch the latest Gypsy YouTube video where he just talks about how he doesn't want to play StarCraft anymore? Well, guess who's back, baby?
And I think he's going to retire again, and then maybe come back again. Like, let's see.
You know, I feel like that's a pretty weirdly common thing where players say they retire and then they're back. Like, the next tournament that happens like a month later, and then afterwards they're just like, no, I'm actually still retired. I just wanted to play in that tournament. Or
Yeah, very
something
true.
like
Like
that.
the only players who actually retire just don't say it. They just disappear.
Yeah, gone forever.
Like as soon as someone says, hey guys, I'm gonna make a quick video, just so you know, I'm retiring, you know they'll be back in like 2 months.
Oh, I can't play this game anymore. It's you know, it's just too stressful. It's too whatever. And then the next day you see them just on the ladder again. It's just like, you know, StarCraft does that to you.
Yeah, what else? Yeah, what else you gotta do, man?
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about this game. So it looks like both players are just opening up pretty standard. Nothing too cheesy so far, right? Getting their gases on time, getting a barracks pretty far forward.
Yeah, like they haven't gone for a scout yet, so it seems like both of them are going to go for the 15 scout, which I kind of like actually, because like it gives you a very, very nice economic opening and just everything flows a bit better.
Really? 15 scout seems a... Is that like a late scout? Do you not need to scout that early in TVT?
Like, yeah, you don't really need to. Like, okay, Gypsy opted for the 14 scout, which is like a bit better, but like normally the stock standard thing Terran would do is scout on 13.
Yeah.
But like in TVT, it doesn't really that matter as long as you see him very early. But like the only thing you realistically have to see is if they were making their CC or not, right?
Right.
So you can just go out on 15, which would be like the guy who made the barracks, which Artosis is doing. Like he's going to go into the wrong direction, sadly, but I guess it's crossbound. You can't really go into the right direction.
Well, you can go straight across the middle, which a lot of Protoss players really like to do,
Yeah, it's
especially if they go Nexus first, right?
It's a very Protoss thing to do, but that's not what we're looking at today. We're going to see the best Terrans in North America duking it out.
Yeah, this is gonna be one hell of a match and possibly one hell of a slog. I actually briefly chatted with Artosis earlier, and I was like, "Oh, are you excited for this match?" And he's like, "I'm excited for this to be 5 hours long, and then we have to get kicked out of the venue." It goes on for so long.
Yeah, well, honestly, it would be so funny. Like, hey man, I'm sorry we told you would be out here at 6, but well, we only got one game.
You know what is a possibility, which could potentially happen, but probably hopefully doesn't happen, is one of them gets knocked down to the lower brackets and then they come back up and then we have a TVT finals.
Dude, that'd be so funny.
That
I'd
would
be
be
so
funny.
down for it, actually.
Everyone would be like, oh my god, except for us, would be like, oh my god, yes, Gypsy versus Artosis again.
More Terrans!
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, you got 2 Terran players in the casting chair. This is what you get.
But actually, like, I think it's going to be a longer game. Like, both guys opening very standard. Like, let's see how many vultures they make.
Yeah.
Gypsy already going for the second factory and the add-on. Artosis, though, going for 3 vultures, which is more safe and like kind of the meta thing to do, because like it gives you this security. And even if you scout late and then you see, oh, he's doing something fishy, he's made more vultures, you're kind of safe. You can play around it. Whereas like if you go for the add-on first, like you gotta hope.
You just gotta hope that they're not
Yeah.
rushing you right away.
Yeah.
Okay.
More or less.
That's an interesting thing, because I always see, like, so when I try to like copy other players' builds, I never know when I'm supposed to get the add-on on the factory and what upgrade to go for first, because I see some players like to go for the vulture speed and other players like to go for vulture mines.
Yeah, I personally like the Vulture Wars. Like that, we see Gypsy doing it, going up to 3 factories and getting his speed upgrade most likely. Whereas Artosis, he doesn't really like it. He's just making vultures off of 2 factories and then probably transitioning into something else. Yeah, we already see him getting the armory, so he doesn't want to go that way. So there might be a small window where Gypsy might be able to overwhelm his vultures, but like Artosis is doing this very smartly. He knows, okay, Vulture War is very likely, and if you have less vultures, you just lose the game unless you have a bunker or something. So he's just getting vultures to survive the Vulture War, because it's alright to be on 2 factories against 3 for a while, and then as soon as the Goliaths come out, you're basically golden.
From Paul.
So we see the move on now.
Yeah. So I think this is actually a very smart choice for Artosis, because Vulture Wars are typically very, very, very mechanics oriented. If both players go for 3 factory Vulture, the one with slightly worse mechanics will almost always just straight up lose.
Yeah, and it's so hard to like balance when to get depots and stuff. But now we already see that. Like, we have 2 Goliaths out, sniping a Marine, but like these Goliaths, you can't fight them straight up.
Oh, Artosis catching these vultures from Gypsy a little bit when he wasn't really paying attention. Manages to snatch one of them, get another one down pretty low. And I feel like Artosis has pretty much defended the initial vultures, but now the thing that's good about 3 factory vulture is you kind of get map control, right? If you went mines, you can just start laying them everywhere.
Yeah, like you've got to, as Artosis, you have to wait for a while until you either get some scanners up or just walk across with Goliaths, because they deal with mines pretty well. But like he's getting his two add-ons right now, adding a star pod actually.
Oh, interesting. So we're gonna see a lot of early wraiths.
Yeah, like, and that's very, very strong against vultures, because like you get your armory so late. Like Gypsy doesn't even have it. There's no anti-airfoil.
Oh, the initial wraith is gonna go crazy. You might even kill 1 unit. The amount of time it takes to get an armory.
Oh yeah, the tickle beam from above.
Yeah, 8 damage per shot every 2 seconds or something. Something like that, right?
Gypsy's gonna be so mad. Oh my god, I have to get a factory. Sorry, I have to get an eBay now and make some turrets, and gonna lose 2 SCVs to that wraith. God damn it.
Oh, but Artosis is going for the barracks instead of going straight into trying to kill like a unit or 2.
Yeah, I think there's some merit to it, because then like Gypsy has to make a choice. Do I make my barracks now and or add some factories very quickly, or do I just expand, don't care, and stay on 3 factories for a while? Like in that, it gives Artosis some kind of freedom to like control the pace of the game, and like whether he wants to expand or add more factories. And Gypsy's he's kind of locked into his 3 factories now.
Yeah, very, very, very annoying for Gypsy to deal with. But I think Gypsy, in all other aspects, is in a very good spot in this game.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
we see Artosis going up to 4 factories now, not going for that quick CC, and no upgrades yet, which is normal, because you as Terran, in TVT, you usually get your 3rd CC before you get any upgrades, so that's looking pretty normal. But yeah, the upgrade count, or the factory count, will be in favor of Artosis here, unless Gypsy starts a barracks real quick to catch up.
Yeah. So we see Artosis on 4 factories. Does that mean we're going to see a lot of more aggressive play, building up a lot of units, building up a big army, and just trying to push out into the center of the map?
Yeah, because look at what Gypsy has. Like, he realistically only has vultures right now. And he has a ton of mines, like the whole map is covered in it. It's insane. But, like, what does he have? He has 4 tanks next to, like, the 5 tanks of Artosis with more coming.
In this position, do you just try to like start splitting the map, getting your siege lines down into the middle of retro?
Yeah, I think it's like an ebb and flow. Like, Gypsy had the advantage in map control in the early game, but now, like, Artosis shit, like, that's what he has to do. He has to get some map control going, because otherwise then Gypsies can just... Gypsy has just free reign to do whatever he likes. So just walk across the map, try to pressure, and, like, maybe deny that third base. That would be insane. Like, the Wraith, is it on the map right now? Yeah, the Wraith is just chilling here. It could actually... Alright, we have a Goliath defending that, but still, at least confirming the scout that you have the CC would be worth a lot.
Yeah, Artosis playing pretty conservatively with his Wraith, not trying to get in there, do too much damage, just kind of looking around and see what his opponent is up to.
Yeah, now we see Gypsy actually putting on the pressure, like sieging up on this bridge here, and Artosis is kind of wedged in. He's going to get his third base, but now this is no man's land. We have mines and tanks, but this Vulture, man, this Wraith doing some damage, but as long as there's one Goliath, that Wraith realistically can't do anything.
Yeah, this contain seems really powerful, and if Gypsy puts a bunch of tanks out like in front of the third base as well, like what is Artosis supposed to do in this position?
Yeah, I guess he's gotta do something. Like, he has this starport, maybe get some dropships, but like in this situation, oh, Gypsy has a great position, almost getting that. Oh, he gets the tank and another one. Jesus. The Wraith does survive, but now like Artosis is in pretty big trouble, man.
Yeah, this map certainly belongs to Gypsy in this position. It really is up to Artosis to try to find a way out of this. But he does have more factories, or he had more factories earlier.
Yeah.
So his army should theoretically be a bit bigger.
Not anymore. He lost some of the tanks, and that's really what it comes down to. He's trying to move out with these vultures, clear some mines, so his third base doesn't get like too pressured too much. Catching these tanks, that's nice.
Oh,
like,
that's good. Artosis making himself some space by moving out towards the right-hand side. These vultures are going to try to lay mines on top of the tanks. Oh! One of them barely doesn't connect. I think if that tank actually died, or actually didn't die and the mine connected, it would have done even more damage.
Yeah. Like this, Artosis is up in supply right now, but realistically the position is a bit more important in my opinion. Like, Gypsy controls everything, man.
Yeah.
Like, unless he gets dropships to expand, like he even has to get dropships to expand. Like, he can't really move to these upper right bases.
Yeah, Gypsy in a very, very strong position on the right-hand side. These siege tanks barely cover, like, the entire path towards the fourth base. So Artosis is just kind of stuck on 3 bases right now.
Yeah, Gypsy not expanding though either, so he's got to think about it. SUV's moving to the top, to the bottom left of the map to take these bases, which is absolutely the correct move in this situation. And Artosis, getting his dropship, he has to do something with it.
Yeah, this dropship is going to be key. He's going to try to... That's generally how Terrans and TVT try to break positions. 2 of the tanks have already been loaded onto it. But look at this arc.
Oh.
It is beautiful. Gypsy moving forward, getting a tank trade, I guess, 2 for 1,
Yeah,
but in the wrong direction.
And in this position, like, every tank you get, it's like great for Gypsy. Like,
Yeah.
Artosis can't hold on. Like, if you get the tank count low enough, you can just eventually A-move right in there, and then this third base is toast.
Yeah, notice how Artosis is now shifting back towards the left. I think he's going to try to break this position now.
Oh,
it's
that's
a
a
little
big
bit
move.
lightly defended.
Like, he has a lot of tanks, and these vultures are getting on top of the tanks, laying their mines. If he's able to break out, that would be great for Artosis. And Gypsy, most of his tanks are out of position. Artosis is actually breaking free. That's huge.
This is massive, massive, massive. Big W for our boy Artosis. He's going to continue moving forward until he sees more siege tanks. And he's going to make a little bit of a siege line here as well.
Yeah, that was so key. Now he has access to this base at least. And, like, Gypsy's still got a good contain here, but, like, every inch Artosis can get is a win for him. And Gypsy is just like, okay, let's draw another line. Okay, I'm going to keep you here. But like, oh, there's no Goliaths. This Wraith's gonna have a good time.
Oh, one shot's that low tank. One shot's another low tank. Who said Wraiths are bad? Look at that. Already
Wow.
3 kills.
That was the most value Wraith we've ever seen. We have a drop here in the main base. Some Vultures getting in, actually. We missed that. Oh, damn.
This one actually has 7 kills, so that's a lot of economic damage done for Gypsy.
Damn, I can't believe we missed this. Like, this is huge.
Yeah.
Artos is breaking out, making himself some space. Like, this is going to shift in favor of Artosis, maybe. Like, but Gypsy has his 4th base up, whereas Artosis is still behind in that regard.
Yeah, so it could even out for Gypsy, maybe even go a little bit into Gypsy's favor. But now Gypsy or Artosis, they're both engaging on the top right-hand side. Both siege lines are going to be busted wide open, and 4 Vultures find their way into the 3rd base and going to do massive counter damage as well.
Oh yeah, he's got to defend. Like, he has his army here, but like, he got to defend the space. Artosis did a good job clearing the tanks of Gypsy here, but and now he has some breathing room, but losing a lot of SCVs in return.
Yeah, this is that was a very big W for Gypsy. But if you look at the supply, Artosis is actually quite ahead. 154 to 124.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he added on so many factories so early, and Gypsy decides instead of adding factories to go for more command centers. So Gypsy really playing the long game here, and Artosis just trying to like build up his army and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Artie is on 8 factories. That's insane. 8 factories on 3 base. Like, he wants to push, man. And Gypsy already taking his 5th base. So there might be a window for Artosis here to do some serious damage. But if Gypsy's holding on and he survives somehow, like, he's gonna be in a great spot.
All right, a big. Oh, I think I'm seeing the movement of 2 big armies coming, or 1 big army actually from Artosis. I think the rest of it is just mines.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard to tell if you just look at the mini map, like what the actual positions of all the armies are, because the mines are like the same size. But look at this huge attack coming from Artosis right down the middle of the map. All these tanks are gonna be busted. Vultures going forward, soaking up damage, and the tanks behind not even sieging up, just like A moving into this.
Yeah, Gypsy has better upgrades, but Artosis just had so many tanks that it didn't really matter. But now, as the reinforcements of Gypsy are arriving, these tanks are in a bit of a trouble. Like, a lot of them on low health, and if Gypsy can get 1 or 2 good shots off of them, Artosis has, like, next to nothing left.
Yeah, I think that army was very close to just busting open Gypsy's position, but good reinforcing from him has secured his half of the map, and now all of a sudden Artosis has traded away a ton of units to basically advance like just like a little bit into the middle. This is like some World War I type stuff where you trade like 50,000 soldiers for like 2 meters of land, essentially, right? Like
Damn. Like, it's a TVT. It might take a long time, so it might pay out eventually. But we have a huge drop, 4 dropships into this main base or the new main base of Gypsy. That's huge,
this is
man.
a big position for Artosis. The cliff overlooking the natural. This is going to be almost impossible for Gypsy to take back this land without the use of dropships, which I don't think. Does Gypsy have any dropships?
I don't think so. He's started making some. He has 1 on the map right now. But like, these 2 bases are basically free for Artosis here. Like, as long as he holds the middle of the map, Artosis should be fine. He has to catch up in upgrades, getting his +2 right now, so they're up in that regard. But yeah, this is a huge win for Artosis. Like, so many SCVs going down. Both bases are gone. Like,
Oh, the
Gypsy's
command
back
center
on 3
dies.
base. Jesus.
This is a huge turnaround. Oh my goodness. Artosis really bringing it back.
Yeah, it looked really bad in the beginning of the game because, like, just positionally, he had a very rough spot. Gypsy controlled so much of the game, but Artosis was able to just take the map back, get a lot of damage in. Now they're equal on bases, really.
Oh, but look at the right-hand side. Gypsy now on the move. He's looking to contain from the 3rd base once again. Maybe he's trying to split the map like vertically instead of horizontally now.
And there's next to nothing for Artosis in this 3rd base location.
Oh,
He's
but
getting his
dropships.
Oh.
The dropship reinforce is huge.
Very clutch. But Gypsy still gets the siege up. Very close. We have 3 tanks remaining here. The Goliaths on top. Okay, Artosis holds.
The high ground advantage is too big, and even the mines soaking up damage that would have otherwise gone to the tanks. Gypsy still has a very annoying position on the low ground, but theoretically that should not be easy, or that should not be hard to break.
Yeah, that's like you can neglect these tanks really. Like that was so clutch of Artosis.
Oh,
If he had
yeah.
lost this base, like he'd be on one base mining.
Yeah, but now the game has pretty much evened out. Even I would say even this is in favor of Artosis because look, he's taking his 4th base now.
Absolutely, and Gypsy lost everything. Like he's on, like basically 2-base mining. This is going to run out eventually. This is almost run out. Like, yeah, Artosis looking pretty good this first game, man.
Dude, Artosis is looking so strong. I can tell. I can tell from earlier. He was very confident against Gypsy. I actually heard. Oh, but big attack. Sorry, big attack coming on the top side. Artosis a little bit slow to defend this time around, so this is going to get a lot of damage done. The SCV's being pulled to try to deal with this. Whoa!
The mines were insane, dude. He's lost a lot of SCVs though. But like with these dropships now, he's gonna clear up these tanks, and his 3rd base will be fine. He might think about transferring some of his SCVs to these fresh bases, but that was some clutch mines, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. And you know what? Like, Artosis has the spare SCVs in his natural, so losing all of them is actually probably not a bad thing for him. Because now, look, he's maxed out, but like 12 SCVs like were now replaced by like 6 tanks, right? Like, this is so good for him. Gypsy now making another move in the middle of the map, trying to bust open Artosis' position, but he still has tanks behind this to defend.
Yeah, just look at the supply, man. Artosis won at 180 supply to 120. Like, these dropships could just drop on top of these tanks and absolutely obliterate anything that Gypsy has. But, like, even dragging in some mines, but good reaction from Gypsy's Vultures and Goliaths. Not getting any shots off, but, like, dude, like Artosis is such in a strong position. It's insane.
Look at his dropship fleet now moving towards the right-hand side. Partially to check if Gypsy is trying to build a base there, but also partially, I think Doom drop is incoming. The big drop into the main might actually end the game. Ooh. Gypsy spots it, but I don't think Gypsy can react fast enough. There are only 4 turrets here. This is not going to be enough to stop this big, massive Doom drop.
Oh my god, he's sieging up. A lot of dropships went down. It's only 2 tanks in there, but like, okay, Gypsy has enough to defend. So,
I would have liked to see a lot more tanks there. If that was like 6
Yeah.
tanks, I think this game might actually just end. Might actually just have ended.
kind of a missed opportunity by Artosis. Like, that could have been just a game-ending move, really. But
Yeah.
I think Gypsy is gonna stabilize, but he's gotta think about taking a 4th base. Like, he's only on 1 base mining. A lot of SCVs here.
Ooh,
This
look on
is-
the middle of the map.
Oh yeah.
Artosis doing a big move, just busting open this position as well. It just seems to me like Artosis is just making good play after good play everywhere on the map. The moves that Gypsy has been doing not quite working out. I think he just doesn't have the army supply to really deal the damage that he wants to.
Yeah, he's just too far behind, man. Like, Artosis has like such a healthy economy right now, and Gypsy's just starting his effectively 2nd base mining. So Artie, like, eventually is just gonna outgrow him again, and we see it reflected in the supply again, right? He's just going to get such a lead again, and basically be able to just aim over across the map, really.
Yeah, this is such a good position for Artosis. And I think Gypsy really needs to do something about the bottom left, which is exactly what he's doing. He's moving out quite a large army, but look at Artosis' position here.
Yeah, still
Like-
has a lot of tanks here. Like,
Yeah.
he's not gonna break that. No way.
The siege line on the high ground going to be so hard to break, especially since this is a bit of a choke point here.
Absolutely, yeah. He has, like, he just controls this area. Like, Gypsy can't do anything about it. Tanks moving in, running into some mines. This is some big
unfortunate.
W's for Artosis even.
Oh my
that's
god!
so close.
Oh, it just barely doesn't trigger. How does that work? I thought my. What is the range on the mine?
I no idea, man. that was like for sure to hit, but Gypsy
Okay.
running away with his life here. These
Oh,
mines.
but now he has dropships.
Ooh.
He might be looking to do a big drop on the bottom left-hand side. This is what I would think.
Well,
oh,
no.
actually, no.
He's going to the top right. Like, I guess he could. Yeah, he has to make a choice, either to make some damage or to secure these bases somehow. Like, get some units here so Artosis can't really do anything against it.
Yeah.
And now he's getting his bases here, so we're kind of equaling out.
Yeah, I think this is a very smart choice for Gypsy. I think he knows that he is a little bit behind in this position, right? He only has 138 supply to Artosis' 183. So attacking just isn't quite the right move, because if you attack, you know, all attackers in TVT will almost always lose more units than they kill.
Yeah.
So setting up a big defensive position and taking more bases is just the way to come back in this situation.
Artosis sees it though, and he's trying to do something about it. At least he can maybe deny this space here. He has a lot of tanks, but like Gypsy is about to crush this army from both sides, man. That's so
Yeah.
many tanks.
Yeah, I want to see this big flanking attack go off.
Oh, damn.
Where are the dropships going?
Artosis is trying to push in there with some dropships, getting on top of these tanks and actually clearing them. Dude. But now
Oh.
Gypsy's coming in from the south, breaking Artosis' siege position here. And
Yeah.
like, he's just able to secure these bases, man. That was so important for Gypsy.
I think Artosis really needs to leverage his huge army in this position. Just try to break through Gypsy's right-hand side.
Yeah, he has so many units, but like, where are they realistically? Is it just like, he's up in SCVs for sure, like that must be one big part of it, right? But like, in theoretically, just by numbers, he should have more just to break this thing, but yeah, not really able to find. Oh, that's a very
This
good
is a
position.
sneaky little position Artosis is claiming here.
Yeah.
He's just going to claim this high ground.
Just one starport here, continuing to make dropships. Gypsy doing the same. So there's like, yeah, I don't see them going into BCs, right? Like, you can only start going into battle cruisers once like all the bases have been taken and you have all the gas. But like at this stage, you really have to like still kind of struggle about over these bases. Like you have to like switching into BCs at this stage would be a huge mistake, I think.
Look at this siege line. Is this siege line not like the craziest thing you've ever seen? Like it extends up onto the high ground, like, but
Yeah.
it just like takes like 10% of the left-hand side of this base, barely doesn't reach any of the important structures.
This
and
is
now
so funny.
Gypsy is forced to make a siege line in like the top right main.
Artosis is going to be able to reinforce this position though, but he has to be careful. That's a lot of tanks for Gypsy here. But like he's wearing him thin. Like every tank he has to allocate here to defend, like it's potentially another avenue for Artosis to maybe attack at this third base here, or maybe sneak in this way, because like look at it, there's like nothing left for Gypsy here.
Yeah.
You could just run in, A-move, and kill this base from the south.
I think Artosis' position definitely has a weakness. He only has one tank defending the main choke that leads to the right-hand base. And this siege line, although it is funny and clever, like you can attack upwards into it, and that could be efficient for you as the attacker.
Yeah, like we have 3-1 upgrades for Artosis. Like even with the high ground disadvantage, you're still gonna get enough splash to it that it basically kills everything in its way. Gypsy still on 2-2. He missed his upgrades, man.
Oh, but I think something's happening in the middle here.
Artosis though reinforcing with these dropships, being able to still contend the middle of the map, but like Gypsy's trying to inch forward. Like if he could this base, realistically that would be like a good position for him.
Yeah, I think Gypsy is finding himself in a better and better position over time. Artosis is not really quite able to leverage his initial like mid-game victory into a total victory.
Yeah.
I guess is what I mean. But look, I guess Battlecruiser guy in the chat was right. what are we seeing here? Starports being put down, Physics Bay being added onto the science facility. I think Artosis might be looking to do a Battlecruiser transition himself.
Yeah, and I think it's a smart choice. Like at this point, all the bases, you can't really contend this base anymore. Like that's just too much. Unless you would like get a lot of dropships and maybe drop here and move like from the north and clear these tanks. But yeah, just getting battlecruisers, because like at this point it's just risky to attack.
Yeah, although I feel like there was some point in the mid game where Artosis really had a timing to just completely like destroy Gypsy's position.
And look at this, like dropping on top of these tanks now. He's going to be able to kill this base.
Oh,
and
this
that's
is
a
so
lot
good.
of tanks, dude.
Look at that huge siege up.
But
Oh,
Gypsy-
counter drop.
Whoa, whoa, this is close. Dropping on top of these tanks, but like, look at it. Oh my god, it's blowing up every single tank in this area.
There's just too much for Artosis. That was a good attempt at a counter drop, but Artosis just had so many tanks in such a wide area that it just couldn't kill everything.
This kind of feels like the breaking neck move of Artosis here. Like, Gypsy's forced to lift this base, is effectively one base down now, and like Artosis, like if he just goes into Battlecruiser now, he's gonna have such a big advantage, man.
Yeah, this looks like the beginning of the end for Gypsy. I feel like Gypsy is starting to run out of options. If he doesn't have this base, he's one base down. He's already down in terms of bank.
Gypsy trying to counterattack here in the middle of the map, maybe securing this in the center of the map, which would be pretty smart. But like, look at this. We still have some army for Artosis here. He's going to be able to contest this. Like, just only 2 tanks left. 3 tanks with this Goliath. Some reinforcements trickling down, but like honestly, like this looks good for Artie.
Yeah, this looks amazing for Artosis. Look, the Goliaths even moving forward and fighting the tanks.
Oh.
That cheeky one going up there.
Does
Oh
he
my
get
god.
it? Oh, he gets it.
Okay. For a second, I thought he was going to siege that tank, and the Goliath will live and kill both of them.
Damn. A lot of dropships moving out for Gypsy right now, trying
Yeah.
to maybe get some damage in this space, but dude, look at the turrets, man.
Oh my, that's our, Artosis is ready for recall, is what it looks like.
No, this is a proper forest, man. No way.
Oh,
actually,
but this is a main
the
drop.
main base is exposed.
No, this is the
Ooh.
dropship man move. No, going for the third instead, opting for economic damage instead of trying to end the game right away. I
Yeah.
think in this position that is actually a smarter move because now that you have 2 bases, or 2 main bases, you just rebuild factories
True,
on
yeah.
the bottom side. Or you just go into battlecruiser as well, so...
Like getting any damage getting any damage is great for Gypsy right now. But yeah, you're right. Like attacking the main base would have been a mistake. Sure, you would get a bit of pressure on the production, but like we have already some tanks and battlecruisers here. This is looking so good.
Oh, the battlecruiser reveal is going to be huge. The battlecruiser reveal is coming.
Yeah.
These 2 battlecruisers are just going to destroy this. 2 Goliaths can beat 2 Wraiths, but they cannot beat 2 beefy boys.
The big battlecruisers hemorrhaging down on these Goliaths, man. Like in this moment, like if I were Gypsy, I would be thinking about just typing GG, man. But
Yeah.
honestly, if you're on LAN, like crazy comebacks can happen, right?
For sure. Honestly, this move was still good for Gypsy. He's sort of slowly building, tipping the scales more and more in his favor. But unfortunately, it seems like it's just too hard to begin with. Artosis now counter dropping into the main. If he kills his base, I think it's actually just over.
Yeah, he's tying the noose, to be honest. Like, there's no way for Gypsy to defend this. And we have the threat of battlecruisers that, like, Gypsy, he's on the clock and he has to do something quickly.
Yeah.
And, like, he can't lose this base. Like, that's all his mining, effectively. He still has this base, but compare that to these 2 bases that Artosis is mining from, like, kind of bad, man.
But look at what Gypsy's doing right now. He's gathering all of his forces into one big army, and he's just going to try to make a play somewhere. He's going to push up into the middle, right into Artosis' main. It's very lightly defended, so this position will be busted right open. But what is there to defend the 2 battlecruisers? That's so many tanks, but not a single Goliath in sight.
Yeah, we have some Goliaths trickling in, but like these battlecruisers, in theory, could defeat everything.
There
here.
are literally more battlecruisers than there are Goliaths.
But Artosis, he has to take this seriously. Like, but look at the siege position. Like, he's on the high ground. He has battlecruisers. Like, this is very scary. But honestly, what's there to attack other than just the productions and the factory? But like, he's not going to break this. These battlecruisers are going to have a field day.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see GG pretty soon.
Yeah, some Goliaths trying to come in and fight these battlecruisers, but like, oh my god, 4 battlecruisers against not. Okay,
Actually, that's
honestly,
quite a number of Goliaths.
yeah, that's a sizable amount. Like, and with these upgrades, but GG is called. Game
Good
1
game.
going to Artosis.
Wow.
That was insane,
That
dude.
was so good. I'm so happy I just witnessed that and had the pleasure of casting that as well. What a treat.
Wow. Honestly, that was strong. Like, Artosis, he had some trouble in the early game. Like, giving up that much map control was huge, but that's what he kind of felt comfortable with. Like, just
Yeah.
getting a lot of factories and reclaiming the map and then being able to duke it out. Even if, like, Gypsy had a big advantage. Like, he had these bases, but Artosis just said, no, I'll just kill that. I have dropships.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I saw Gypsy take the bottom right and like double expand, I thought, oh no, he's gonna win the late game. But Artosis really made good use of his earlier factory explosion, like his bigger army, and just like making plays around the map and really getting ahead. So I think that was some very good play from him.
Oh, what really impressed me though is like Artosis went for his starport opening, which meant like, okay, Gypsy's gonna have better upgrades because you're spending so much gas on the starport and the wraiths, and like even though Artosis had worse upgrades than Gypsy, he was still able to be very competitive with his army and his big factory count, and
Yeah.
that was just well played, man.
Yeah, I think Gypsy playing a little bit too greedy, a little bit too like looking far forward into the late game. He was thinking, how do I get a big economy? How do I get ahead? How do I get my upgrades faster? But in this game, it really didn't work out for him.
True. Yeah. GG's. Artos is taking map 1.
Yeah.
What a good game. Oh, yeah. The nerd chills being felt.
Dude, it's such a pleasure to watch Artosis play and just like move units around. It's just so satisfying.
Oh, yeah. It's actually a privilege, yeah. Just being in the same room as all these Brood War legends, it's like
Of course.
unreal. Unreal, man.
All right, we're just waiting for the next game to come up.
Aaron, Aaron, do you know which is map 2? Oh, okay.
They're
We'll
probably
see.
just doing map vetoes right now. Or not map vetoes, just like thinking of the next map to play. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
There we
Yeah.
go.
The next
So-
game should be coming up soon. Move us to observers.
It's going to be on Neo Sylphid. That's a fun map for TBT because you can't really split it. Atos is still not ready, but yeah, I think, yeah, they're good to go. I think we're going to jump into the game right now. Yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm super excited. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up 1-0, spawning on the top of the map. It is our boy in the flesh, Artosis.
And in the bottom right of Neo Sylphid, this is the red Terran. It's Gypsy.
Woo! So, I want to talk, first of all, a little bit about the map, Neo Sylphid. So, I hear, at least from Artosis, I've heard that Neo Sylphid is a very, very, very interesting map for TVT. Because a lot of maps, you can split it down the middle, either horizontally or vertically. Because of the shape of the map, there's two main bases for each player to take. And it's just a very nice, the map just has like a very nice way you can cut it in half. Neo Sylphid is a 3-player map, so there isn't really a way to just like cleanly split down the middle. So what ends up happening is a lot of the players end up fighting for the third name.
Yeah, and like it's you have so many bases that are interesting. Like, and what I really like about this map as well, like this base here, it has a gas, but like the minerals aren't very rich, right? So you kind of do want to take another map or another base, even though these are like the natural third bases, easy to take, and you have these mineral bases here. So kind of neglectable in TVT in the early game especially, but like if the game goes long enough, these bases could get really important.
Yeah, for sure. I know exactly what you mean. These both players, I think, are opening fairly standard once again.
Yeah, we have to watch the gas. Gypsy taking his gas right now, just as Artosis is doing so. No like early CC shenanigans coming.
No.
Like these guys are these guys are just honorable Terrans, man.
Yeah, just factory expand every game, right? Not even a gas expand or anything like that.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, after that last game, I think both players just kind of came out of it feeling like, well, I bet Gypsy's like, okay, I just played a little bit too greedy that last game.
Absolutely.
I need to I need to play a little more defensively, or maybe even a little bit more aggressively, get my factories earlier, and those are the adjustments that I would expect him to make in his brain. Meanwhile, I think Artosis is he's just on his high. He's like, all right, I can beat Gypsy, you know, like this is going good for me. I won the first game. It was like a 30-minute, you know, pure macro game, and I think he should be feeling very confident right now.
Yeah. Artosis, though, a little bit behind on that factory. Gypsy getting it a tad bit earlier, but like it shouldn't really matter at this point.
Yeah.
But both pulling off gas, so we know it's just going to be a factory expand. No 2 factory or no star pod coming, which is like good for us viewers because like then we know the game's gonna take a long time.
It's good for some viewers.
No, man, honestly, like if you don't like TVT, I don't get it, man. Like, honestly, yeah, okay, I get it. It's a long matchup, but realistically, like, the longer the matchup, the longer you get to watch StarCraft. And
Exactly.
more
you know?
StarCraft is just
What?
the win for everybody.
I don't understand why people don't like TVT. It's like 40 minutes of just StarCraft. Isn't that what you guys like?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you like, chat? Oh, this is so good. Do you know what makes that last game especially exciting? So I was talking to I think it was Crossy earlier today, and he mentioned something like Artosis and Gypsy. So Artosis and Gypsy play a lot of TVTs, but apparently Gypsy tends to win like 80% of the time.
Wow.
So that last game was actually a little bit of an upset in that regard.
All right. But, like, honestly, like, Artosis looked on fire. Like, he looked well prepared and just being able to duke it out. What's interesting, though, is that Gypsy opted to go for a add-on right away. Like, he didn't make any vultures, man. I wonder what's that about.
Yeah, that's funny. He decides not to go for 3 factory vulture opening this game. Is that what I'm seeing?
Maybe, like, he's not getting any upgrades. So, like, if he's going for 3 factory vulture, that would be a very, very, very quick speed. But now he's opting for the tank
first.
Yeah, maybe.
That's interesting, because I feel like if you know you are the player who has better mechanics, you almost always want to go for the vulture wars, right?
But look at that, Artosis made a lot of Marines trying to pressure.
Wait, what is going on here? I've never seen anything quite like this. 4 Marines and 2 vultures are already out on the map.
Honestly, like, if he snipes these Marines and, like, Artosis gets on top of the tank, like, that could be a very strong opening. Already getting the SCV, building the command center, but, like, there was a lot of damage from Artosis, man.
Yeah.
2 tanks now, so these guys have to run away. Like, there's no way you can beat 2 tanks, but...
Dude, I love watching high-level TVT. Like, the moves that they make sometimes don't even make sense, but it works. Like, it's like, who decided, who was, like, looking at the game, was like, you know what would really be good if I pushed with two vultures and 4 marines, like at this stage of the game.
But
like,
honestly,
what?
Artosis is in a bit of trouble. Like, Gypsy landed this barracks here, and he only can make some vultures. Like, against 2 tanks with SCV supporting to repair, like, Artosis might get into some trouble.
Wait, is this some kind of siege rush from Gypsy? Like, is he gonna siege like outside of this base?
Like, he's researching something. I wouldn't mind him going for mines either way, but, like, okay, mines wouldn't be that powerful because he can only make vultures right now, so it must be siege. Oh my god, these tanks are just in such a great position. Artosis is in so much trouble right now.
Oh, it is mines.
Oh, he's even making marines from that barracks,
What
dude!
is
What?
happening?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
no. But the mines here are so powerful because if the Goliath step too far forward, they're probably going to be A-moved onto the barracks or something. So these mines could just connect.
He did clear that barracks now, but, like, look at this position. There's nothing Artosis can do about it, man. Wow, is he going to lose that CC? That'd be GG in my opinion. Like, what is happening?
Oh, he needs to lift this. He needed to lift that CC yesterday, but look, he's going to move forward and try to reclaim this position. Oh, there's so many mines!
Oh my god, the mine,
No!
it hits! Ah, and it's still 2 tanks. Good mines blowing up everything Artosis has. He gets a Wraith though, and that's GG. Gypsy taking
Damn.
the
1-1.
map. Oh my god, what a game.
What even happened that game? We
No
saw
idea.
that factory build an add-on right away, and we're like, what? That's not Vulture.
Dude.
What are we bearing witness to? That was an incredible build from Gypsy. Have you ever seen a build like that before?
Well, I've seen people make tanks in the early game, but
Yeah.
I've never seen that interaction where you just go, oh, all right, I'll just walk across the map. I'll just win the game.
Yeah, I think that might be the 4 Marines and 2 Vultures. Like, Gypsy sees that and he's like,
Yeah.
this does not look like your standard opening. Like, he must have like felt like Artosis opened some kind of strange build and was like, you know what? Like, if I just went across the map with 2 tanks and a couple vultures, he shouldn't have any tanks, and he also shouldn't have enough vultures to defend it either.
Yeah, just a telltale sign that Artosis didn't have basically anything. Like, you can't have any tanks. You just made too many vultures. Like, there's no way you have an add-on. And, like, maybe he has some Goliaths, but, like, they're gonna be very late. And Gypsy just having this killer instinct, and damn, that was strong. Like, a quick one though, but Gypsy tying it up.
Yeah, we're ready to go into game number 3. And here we are.
We're on Vermeer, in my opinion, best map ever made, arguably. We have Gypsy in the top left and Artosis in the top right.
Hold on. I need to change the map to Vermeer. I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
to do that. There we go. So you mentioned Vermeer is one of the best maps for TVT. Why do you think that?
I honestly just think it's the best map in general, but that's just
Okay.
Terran and me speaking because I think it's kind of balanced.
Are you just looking at like there are like 16 bases and you're like, oh my god, imagine how many battle cruisers I can build. Go on,
yeah.
split the map on Vermeer.
And like the big thing about Vermeer is like you don't have any high ground third bases, right? Everything is on the low ground except the main bases, so siege tanks are very strong here.
Interesting.
Like because the big thing as Terran, like when you're playing against Protoss or against Zerg, like what Protoss likes to do is just make pylons and cannons, and if you're having to shoot up a ramp, like what are you going to do? But like when you're on low ground, you don't have to scan, you don't have to have any air units to spot, and like it's such a good map for Terran.
A very good map for Terran in Terran versus Terran. that's a funny thing to say, I think.
Well, it's just a good map for Terran in general, to be honest. But
Yeah, balanced and fair. And I think, yeah, this would sort of lend itself to more factory ground-based play, which in my opinion is very interesting to watch, right?
yeah.
Because you just get a lot of units, and the units just kind of go at each other.
Oh my god, Artos is going for a Center
Ooh.
Rex.
Interesting.
He's going to apply some pressure. The cheeky boy.
Yeah, who said Artosis only plays standard? Look at this. Barracks in the center of the map. You know, this is only a few steps removed from center gates.
Well, it did get up on the standard timing, so it's not that cheesy in my opinion. But like,
Yeah.
you can still apply some pressure and like delay the if you can delay the CC and kill maybe even the SCV building it. Like that's a huge win. That's just free damage at that point.
Yeah, for sure. Although I do find it kind of interesting that if you put the barracks in the middle of the map, theoretically you shouldn't actually have more Marines than your opponent because your Marine still has to walk some distance to get there.
Yeah, but they just have absolutely. But like just having them there closer and being able to apply some pressure, which you don't expect really. Like if
Yeah.
you play a lot of TVT, you know, okay, I have 2 Marines, you have 2 Marines. They're going to stay on my side of the map. We're going to be respectable about it. But like, hi, I show up with 2 Marines, and you have to react. Like that alone can throw you off. Wow.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. We see one Marine already on the move. Look at him go.
And he even runs into the correct position. Like Artie, so smart. Like scouting on top.
It's so smart the way he guessed which position's the right position.
Yeah, but 1 Marine here. Oh, Gypsy pulling off like this high ground advantage is just like, yeah, no way for Artosis to do any damage.
That's
here.
too bad.
At least he
Oh,
finds.
he might kill the Marine. Oh,
Oh, that's painful.
that is unfortunately not what you want to do going
No.
center racks. That's for sure.
Yeah, now
Artosis.
it's, 2 Marines versus 2 Marines. Like no way for Artosis to really leverage that.
Yeah, and this unfortunately means that Artosis did in fact build an extra Marine basically for nothing. And also, you have to take into account the extra time it took for the SCV to go from the main into like the middle of the map just to build that barracks as well.
Yeah, that's some lost mining, especially in the early game. That hurts.
Yeah, so unfortunately this build just didn't quite work out for Artosis, but ultimately it's not a huge sort of economic deficit. It's like a very minor, it's like an edge for Gypsy in this game.
Yeah. And especially in TBT. It's not like we're playing ZVZ where like you have to mineral boost every single drone to get like more Zerg things out. In TVT, like it's more about the big picture, it's about the positioning, it's about having good mine connections and stuff and map control, but like sure, like take any edge you can get, but honestly Artosis should be fine. These Marines moving out with 2 Vultures right now.
Yeah, I think Gypsy himself is looking to apply a little bit of pressure or just looking to occupy the bit of high ground that we see on the middle of the map. If he just, you know, parks all of his vultures here and Artosis tries to sort of move out on the map with his own vultures, like Gypsy should, in theory, just win.
Yeah. Artosis not adding any add-ons, like just making Vultures, whereas like Gypsy, that's what we see in every game now. Gypsy really likes these quick add-ons and doing something with it, whereas Artosis is just fine making Vultures the whole game.
Yeah, and I think this is just kind of Artosis' preferred playstyle, to just play it safe and get units out. He would rather have, you know, units now and the option to, or the ability to defend things, the option to react to things, rather than sort of investing super heavily into like a later stage of the game.
True. Yeah, it's kind of smart though, because like if you have units, you can do something with them, so it gives you some amount of play. But Artos is going for that star pod build again. So we're
Yeah.
going to see Wraiths, which is, again, Wraith builds are so good against Vultures in early game. Especially like this very stock standard 3 factory Vulture with speed. Like, Vultures can really catch you off guard. Though Artos is losing some Vultures here, Gypsy really getting an advantage here. Oh no!
This might actually be disastrous for... Oh, no, he has 2 Goliaths. No, he's
Yeah,
probably
it
fine.
should be fine,
He
but
needs
still.
to park a Goliath on the ramp to make sure the Vultures don't slip through, but looks like Gypsy not even going to try it. He's just going to back off.
He could even just park the Marines there, realistically.
Oh, that's
like,
true, yeah. That would block them.
Yeah, but like, damn, there might be a window for Gypsy to just run across and like get into the main base and do some serious damage to Artos' economy. But like, more Goliaths on the way, it's gonna be really hard, man.
This is super interesting. I wonder who would come out on top in terms of this engagement, because there are way more. Oh, Artos is moving forward. This is a bold move. I don't know if I like this, because now look at what's going to happen. The Vultures. Okay.
Yeah, especially well, like with his barracks drawing the shots, that would have been like a good opportunity for Gypsy to run in. But like we have a Wraith out now, again going after this barracks,
Dude,
showing the Wraith.
Artosis saves the barracks with his SCV repairing it, so
that
he
was
is
clutch.
not going to be stuck on 2 factories.
Yeah, that really hurts. Like if you go across the map with your barracks and then you forget to maybe save it, and then oh, I have 2 barracks, I have 2 factories, like. But I want to expand right now, but I can't because like I don't have map control and I can't make any more factories. Like that just it sucks.
Yeah, I think Gypsy might have had an opportunity to rush in there with the Vultures and get some economic damage, but Gypsy actually going for the much safer and probably better play of just saving his Vultures and using his mines, right? Look, he's just laid mines everywhere. He pretty much has complete map control at this point in the game, and this is kind of the reason why you go for 3 factory Vulture in the first place, right?
Yeah. Both players kind of mirroring their first game, right? Like, oh, Gypsy was able to save that barracks, so that's a big win for him. So he's not gonna be inhibited in his build. Like, he's gonna be able to just take a 3rd base and make factories as he wishes.
Yeah, but look, Artosis adding more factories as well. I really think the game is going to be repeated in this regard. Artosis probably feeling confident that he just has a good build, a good sense of...
Ooh, that was close.
a good sense of how to play the mid game.
Yeah, like Gypsy on this high ground right now with these tanks, that's a good position. Like, these siege positions on Vermeer, like that, if you get them as Terran, you just feel so good.
Ooh, gotta be careful with that Wraith. Wraith is, of course, one of the most fragile units in the Terran army. But I really like what Artosis is doing here. Just kind of moving out onto his side of the map and clearing the mines.
Yeah, you can't let yourself get boxed in. Like, if that happens, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, if Gypsy set up a contain where the mines originally was, that would have been like devastating for Artosis. And even though this high ground siege position is good for Gypsy, it's not like it doesn't contain Artosis really in any way. It's just a strong defensive position.
Yeah. Gypsy taking his 3rd base on location, whereas Artosis is making it in the main base. So he's got to float it down. Some mines blocking, but he's going to clear it. That's good. But like Gypsy is just like, okay, I got to control the map. Like every single path of this map here is being controlled by Gypsy right now. These mines are so annoying.
Yeah, Vulture mines are just so useful in the early to mid game in TVT.
Yeah, even in the late game, like if you get some very good connections, and especially when you have a lot going on, like that's just one clump of mines, and you just move your units across the map, like you can get so much value out of them. It's insane.
Yeah, you know the saying, vultures. When you build a vulture, you get 3 mines and a free bike to go along with it.
it's what I get it. That's what it feels like. But as a Terran, it hurts to acknowledge that truth.
No, I like vultures though. Like I think vultures are such a fun unit to.
They're my favorite
use.
unit. Yeah. Just the micro, just so fun to control them.
Yeah, just like whiz them around everywhere, one-shotting small units, not big units though.
Yeah.
Like how many vultures does it take to one-shot a dragoon?
Can it even? I don't know.
Why is it even possible? Are they too fat?
I don't think you can fit. You can't even fit enough vultures on the screen to one-shot it. Realistically, that's what it feels like, at least. Oh man.
Concussive damage goes too hard, man. 25% to large units. It's devastating.
Who designed this game? SMH.
Yeah, come on.
Atos is now getting his third base up with Scanner, and he's controlling it. So he's, I think, in a better position than on Retro. But like Gypsy is opting for like more of a pressure play. He's adding some starport, all right, but not expanding right now, and just staying on 4 factories. Whereas Artosis already has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 factories. So I think Artosis once again looking to make a big play in the mid game and try to really take control of the game.
Yeah, but what's Gypsy's play? Because I'm not seeing it. He's adding his factories right now, but he's pretty far behind. Like maybe if he had gotten his third base or fourth base a bit earlier, like I'd understand it. But like basically, just on the numbers metrics, like he's just behind.
I think Gypsy is sort of trying to leverage his early game map control advantage and just try to start the siege line right away.
Absolutely.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this beautiful line that he has going straight down the middle of the map.
True.
And
yeah.
look on the left-hand side, you can see he's trying to take a fourth as well.
Artosis really has to claim this territory. Like if he doesn't, he's going to be boxed in really bad, and like all the plays that he might be able to do with the bigger factory count, just going to be void. Like he's checking for another basis. Like maybe he can catch this SCV, making this fourth base. But Artosis right now trying to like contest this a little bit with this choke, man. It's dangerous.
Yeah, I think we got to strap in because we're in for a long game here on Vermeer.
Oh yeah.
The siege lines are being set, the bases are being taken. I think it's going to be we're in for an exciting mid game though, because Artosis is not taking a fourth himself. He is just getting a ton of units, and I think he's going to try to break through this position in particular. Only 4 tanks defending here.
Yeah. Both players mirroring each other very quickly. Very close in supply. Gypsy hitting a bit of a supply right now. But like, either Artosis is going to take some more bases, or he's preparing for a big move, and that would be very exciting. Like if he's able to break this, like he has such big room to maneuver on the map. But like, look at this
What is
move
this?
from Gypsy. Dude, that's a lot of
That is
army
so many
here.
units, and Artosis even less well defended up on his position up there, but he has his army to reinforce. I think whichever player makes the first move might end up losing the trade.
Oh yeah, I agree. But like, if Gypsy runs in here and gets these tanks into this position, like Artosis is going to be cut off from his main base effectively. Like there's no circulation happening. Like if Gypsy gets into this position, that'd be a game-winning move in my opinion.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. The big move might be happening. Huge
Oh.
attack from Gypsy on the top
Damn.
side.
At the same time, a small vulture drop doing some economic
Oh my
damage.
God,
but
good
this
catch.
is where it's actually happening right now. Like he's sieging his tanks, and Artosis is getting up there trying to defend. But
Oh my God, huge shots from Gypsy's siege tanks, killing so many
Oh
of
my
Artosis'
God.
tanks. And Gypsy has effectively blown apart Artosis' position.
yeah, both players dropping in supply significantly. But look at this position, man. Like you can't really rally out. Like there's enough space. But if Gypsy inches forward and maybe tries to even get on top of this third base, that's like Artosis is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Gypsy feeling pretty confident, moving his tanks up into a more forward position.
Ouch.
Oh, those 2 tanks that Artosis, fresh out of the factory, are just going to be killed right away.
Yeah, that's gone. And now he controls this base, man. Like he can maybe, with his reinforcements, get up here and threaten this third base. And Artosis would be then forced to spread thin here, and then maybe giving Gypsy another avenue to attack into the main base.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gypsy winning this part of the battle is actually huge. And look, he's going for another push.
Look at this. This is so crucial right now. Gypsy moving forward, sieging his tanks, but Artosis already in position. That's a lot of tanks, though.
So many tanks.
Oh, it's just GG.
Wow.
That was clean. Gypsy just... Wow. What a game.
It wasn't quite the the 40-minute Vermeer game that the 2 of us was expecting, I think.
Yeah, that was a bit more one-sided. Like, both players mirroring each other very fairly well, but like Gypsy just having like this this instinct for, okay, I have to get in this position right now, and if I have it, I can control the game.
Yeah.
And that's what Artosis fell victim to.
I sort of wonder what kind of happened that game, because Gypsy took his 4th base earlier and he got his factories added on a little bit later than Artosis, but it just seemed like he had more units in that position.
So Gypsy taking that 2nd win. Oops, that's a mistake. I'm sorry. Gypsy.
We're just trying to update the scoreboard right now.
I'm confused by this keyboard. 2-0.
No, that's team 2.
Oh, god damn it.
I think you just pressed the plus button.
Oh, that's right. Oh, damn. These goddamn streamers knowing their stuff.
This scoreboard looks a lot like the scoreboard I like to use for NSL.
I have no idea how to operate this stuff. No idea. I can play the game, but that's it. That's about it.
Playing the game is a million times harder, I'll tell you that.
I don't know. It's pretty hard to play and commentate and be entertaining and stream. Like, honestly, just sitting here trying to commentate the game, it's exciting, but it's
very exciting.
It's pretty hard.
But yeah. A lot of times, it just comes, I think a lot of it just comes with practice. You just commentate a lot of games. You just kind of have more to say. And
True.
Just know a little bit more about the game. You can do a little bit more of the classic casting predictions where you're like, I think X is going to happen, and then the total opposite happens. It just happens every time.
Yeah, just talk about what you're seeing if you're not sure. Like, making predictions is kind of bold.
Yeah. Of course.
Damn.
Dude, I wonder what we're in for in game number 4, because Artos is really showing us good macro mechanics game 1. Game 2, Gypsy doing a little bit of more of a cheesing play. And then game number 3, Gypsy kind of winning the macro game himself.
Yeah. And like most of people we've talked to, like they predicted, oh, it's going to be a 3-1 either way.
Yeah.
And it's possible. If Gypsy takes this, like Artosis is down to the losers bracket.
Yeah, that would be quite fun to see, in my opinion, because there are a lot of Protosses and Zergs in the. So if you guys don't know, it's right now the winners bracket is like TVT, and then we have a ZVZ, and then the entire losers bracket is Protoss versus Zergs. Like, so whichever one sort of bumps down to the losers bracket, we're gonna see them duke it out with what some people would say are a lot more interesting matchups: Protoss versus Terran and Zerg versus Terran.
We've got a pretty packed lineup here, to be honest. Like, so many good players.
So good. So in the winners bracket we have, I think, Crossy versus Striker, which is very exciting. Apparently the two of them have played a lot together, just practicing, and they kind of go 50-50.
Oh, damn.
So it's a little bit of a coin flip.
Even
in that regard.
like, it makes sense. It's CVZ.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know CVZ in general is a coin flip, but it's the most coin flip if the players are evenly skilled. I think if you are much better than your opponent, you play a lot better and you tend to win. This is what I heard what happened with Jadong, where in the early days, around like, I don't know, like 2000, like when he was at his peak, essentially, he got really, really, really good at Mutamicro.
Yeah.
And so he would get like an amazing Zerg versus Zerg win rate, despite like, you know, getting countered in the build order and all this kind of things, because his Mutamicro was just so good. He just out-microed everybody.
Yeah, people called it JVZ for a reason, right?
Yeah, exactly. But if your Mutamicro isn't like miles ahead of your opponent, a lot of it is just kind of feels like coin flip. And I'm not saying this because I know a lot about ZVZ, because I'm the Terran player and Javier is also a Terran player. But I was talking to Zergs today, like S-rank Zergs, and that is what they told me.
Like, we don't have any coin flips in this matchup. It's just pure skill.
Yeah.
Alright, Artos is joining the game, and we're going to jump right into it right now, after a short break. And here we go! This is Gypsy in the top right of Radeon. And in the bottom left, we have Artosis.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Radeon. So Radeon is a little bit of a special snowflake map. First of all, it's another AMD. It's another AMD sponsored map, I guess, because we do see a big, giant logo in the middle there. Or we would if it.
Like, I think we have like special branding CSL maps right now. So
Oh, that's true.
It's the official CSL Radeon.
Oh, okay, okay. I see. But yeah, that's not what's interesting about Radeon. I just think that's really fun. The interesting part about Radeon is the 2 middle bases, right? So we see a lot of maps that have 12 bases.
Yeah.
We see a lot of maps that have 16 bases.
Yeah.
But I don't know any other map that has 12.
Yeah, and this is so fun because like, especially in all the matchups Terran has, like you're always concerned with how many bases can my opponent take, how many bases can I take, but like, if you want to split the map, it's getting interesting. It's getting really interesting depending on where these spawns are. Atos is going for the
Again?
Rex play again. Oh, this backfired last time, but
Yeah. Well, wait, no. This is different.
oh,
This is barracks on 8.
oh my god.
Wait, is that a
Everyone be quiet. Don't let Gypsy know. We can't let Gypsy know. Oh my god.
Are you guys ready for the barracks supply?
There's the supply. It's the build, guys.
This is the build.
And Gypsy, like, he has no idea. Not even scouting. Like, imagine if he goes for a 15 scout.
Yeah, and you don't end scout in this matchup either. so
No,
you're just
no.
gonna go down and then left, right? Oh my
Dude.
god, this is
Like, okay, depending where Artosis, Artosis finds Gypsy first, it could be a game-ending damage. But like BBS, like, honestly, it's not that good of a build in my opinion, especially on my level. When I encountered it, it's just like, okay, pull some SCVs, get your vulture out, and you're fine.
Yeah.
But like, these are some high-level players.
Wait, where's that SE going?
Oh,
Okay, for a second.
Okay.
Oh, it's just the angle at which the terrain is like shaped. I thought it was gonna go to the middle. I was like, oh, what kind of game sense is this? That's crazy.
Dude, imagine if like just the SCV bugged out and found it. That would be so funny.
That would be so tragic, actually. That would be so unfortunate.
Artos is going to find Gypsy here in the top right and then moving his Oh, he's already moving his Marines. His star sense is tingling.
Yeah, he knows.
He just knows, man.
Oh my
He
god,
stopped
this is so
producing any
exciting.
SCVs. The Marines, oh yeah, they're sharking forward. Just 1 Marine against 2 already. Third
3.
one coming up. Oh, Gypsy is making a second SCV. Sometimes you don't even make 2. Like, if you're very ballsy, you just make 1 Marine and think you're fine, and that would be terrible. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, these Marines are coming up now with the SCVs in front, trying to soak the shots, and now Gypsy pulling the SCVs.
Oh,
and
bunker being built, and we're targeting down the Marines. The SCVs are gonna be pulled. This is gonna come down to the micro. Oh, just barely doesn't surround it. Artos is targeting down SCVs. One SCV trying to kill the bunker that's currently being built, but
Oh my
all
god,
the Marines
Gypsy.
go down, but one gets in the bunker.
Oh my god, has he enough to bust it? It might be that the surround is good enough, and Artosis can't even repair it. And the Marines are being completely exposed here by the SCVs. Oh my
Oh,
god, look
no,
at
and
this
the Vulture's
vulture coming
out.
out. This is
This
looking
is
so
over.
good for Gypsy, man.
It's so over.
Oh. Dude,
GG.
GG. And Gypsy takes
What?
it 3-1. Wow.
What? What?
Damn.
You know, out of all the things that I thought I would see today, BBS was not one of them.
No, it's not a build you usually see in TVT. Like
Yeah.
sometimes on ladder if you're playing against a cheeky boy, but wow. Gypsy just shutting that stuff down, man.
Yeah.
No chance
truly.
for Artosis.
Yeah, I don't know. BBS in theory doesn't even seem that solid.
No.
Because I'm like looking at Artosis coming up with like 4 Marines and like 2 SCVs, and I'm like, wait a second. I'm pretty sure 2 Marines and 20 SCVs should beat that.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. But, I can get up.
Wait, I don't have any interview code. I don't know what to ask him.
I don't know either.
Wait, why are we? Someone,
I wouldn't know what to ask him either, so I'm leaving you alone with him.
oh shit. Oh no.
Get wrecked, son.
Have to run an interview.
GG's.
GG's. Yeah. This is a winner's interview.
Oh, well, we've got interviews now.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess
I
so.
can
I
hear
guess so.
myself.
So yeah. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, I want to ask about the last game.
Yeah.
BBS.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that?
Not BBS. I thought he would like 8-rax me, but
Yeah.
basically, I always troll him about going command center first.
Oh, was
And
he
I-
thinking like you might?
Yeah,
be
I was
doing
telling
it?
him this morning. I was telling him before we played. I did a bunch of command center first against him on stream
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, I see.
And I kept thinking, like, dude, I need to just do something different. Like, I'm not going to do factory expand every game.
Yeah.
But I just had, I knew he would at some point throw in something crazy. So I
Yeah.
just told myself, like, I'm optimizing my factory timing better than him. So just...
So if you go BBS and your opponent just like factory expands, does it like, is it not ever supposed to work?
Yeah, never.
Never?
No, you just like.
Okay, so you must have
You don't even hold. Like, I didn't even do anything crazy. Like, I just pull all my SCVs, and it's when you have a ramped base, super easy usually.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't expect BBS. Like, for a second, I'm like 8-racks. I'm like, is that an 8-racks? But I see like 3 Marines. I'm like, no, dude, this guy's never 8-racksing. He's like BBSing the other Zergs half the time. So.
Wow, that I was definitely not expecting that build to come out.
Yeah.
So okay, let's talk about game number 1. What do you think went wrong?
I mean, he played really well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult sometimes in TVT because, you know, when you get a small edge, especially on the map, you can overextend pretty easily. And then I looked at the replay, and, you know, my factory count was pretty low. He went really fast into, like, 7 fact. He's not expanding on 4 base, which is not really standard. Like, my expansion timings were more standard. But I was also pushed up on the map, so that combination of trying to push the map and overexpanding on like lesser production, and he's just sitting there like 7 fact plus the starport, so that's 8 production facilities. And once he basically broke my position, it was just snowballed. But I was like, I wasn't expecting it. He played really well.
I think Artosis made a lot of really good moves in game number 1, and he really sort of leveraged the extra factories that he built in the game. So that's not really standard though.
Well, like, generally, if you play more solid, you just sit defensively. I should have enough to stop all of that, and you know, the extra drop ships, they don't necessarily do much at that stage in the game. Especially if he doesn't have his expansions, right? Like his mid left wasn't there, his top right wasn't there, and then he compromises his whole position. But I didn't capitalize on that, so he just got super far ahead. Like, it was really good. I mean, he played really well. I felt kind of bad because I was like, dude, I'm like pulling an Artosis. I'm not GGing out of this game. I knew it was over for a while, but like I just, you know, it's tournament. I gotta keep trying.
You gotta try. You gotta always try. There's a lot of ways you can come back, especially in that matchup. I think.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Like, I was hoping maybe he'd throw into me, but I knew he had way too much like income and stuff. So he played really well, and I was a bit nervous after that, but I just tried to like stay calm and you know, just not panic, because especially after a game like that, you just start doubting. You're like, damn, he's playing really well. Am I going to be able to play as well?
The momentum is really strong.
And he has a way, like, I think he plays very defensively early on, so it's pretty hard to get an edge. But you know, I realized like actually he's kind of weak versus those super fast add-ons, because he's always going to those Vulture Goliath builds, so super early tanks and you saw that in game 2. And game 3, I looked at the replay. He played really well on Vermeer too. Like, he had good everything, but he just, like, in those positions, if you try and, like, you know, you get kind of locked down on that one spot at the 12 o'clock, and then if you try to fan out too quickly, the bust timing comes, and I kind of
is that what happened? Because it does seem like even though you took the 4th base really fast, or at least faster than him, you just had a lot of units in the mid game.
Yeah, but he also had because I just had the same, like, probably if you look at the replay, the machine shop count's probably the same. Most of the time in that stage of the game, the extra supply is usually like vultures, which can be relevant on certain maps that are more open, but if you play the position right, the vultures become less relevant. And the biggest thing was just like he just didn't have his units there because he was trying to go to the other side of the map, and that's like a mistake. I mean, I do it all the time, and I just went for that bust, and I kind of got lucky because he didn't hold it. But I looked at the replay; he had like really good worker count the whole time. I know he started dropships really early, which if I don't capitalize on that, it can like snowball like it did in game 1.
Just like in game 1.
So I felt pretty lucky. I mean, he played well, honestly. Like, his TVT is really good.
Yeah, he does talk about how TVT is his favorite matchup, or I don't know if it's his favorite, but he says he's really good.
Well, it's a good matchup.
Yeah,
it's the best matchup
is.
in the game.
I would agree. As 2 Terran players.
So how have you found the LAN so far?
Oh, it's so fun, dude.
Yeah.
This is actually the first time I've ever been to a Broodmore LAN.
Yeah.
I've been to DreamHack Atlanta like last year, but that's a little
for
bit
like
different.
StarCraft 2 and stuff?
For StarCraft 2. That's a little bit different. It's like a giant tournament, you know, there's like a big stage and people playing.
Yeah.
This is definitely a lot cozier. There's not as many people.
Yeah, especially today. I guess fewer people showed up. Yesterday there was definitely way more. I'm guessing some people are going to come in because some are out of the tournament, I guess.
Yeah,
but
I guess so.
It's been fun.
Yeah, this has been so good.
Yeah. What are you guys thinking? How's chat been behaving? Like, I see a couple of Slard RXT. This guy's a degenerate.
TVT's the best matchup.
SFA 3, of course. We're missing SFA 3 here.
Yeah, we're Jip God. There we go. So after beating Artosis, what do you think are your chances for the rest of the tournament?
You're really good at this, by the way. Like, you're a good broadcaster, man. You got some good interviews.
Thank you.
You got some good energy. I like it. I don't know. It's hard, man. I feel very, Cross and Striker are really good. I mean, an Artosis rematch is possible too from the loser bracket.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were joking about that earlier. It's like, wouldn't it be funny if we, started off the day with a huge TVT, and then the Terran player who loses comes back from the losers bracket, and then we have a TVT finals.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's possible. So. I don't know. Striker and Cross are really, really strong, and lately I just haven't been as good, especially not in that matchup. So I know it's going to be a challenge, but I think I'm trying to just play my best and show some good games and have a good time.
Good.
Yeah.
Who would you rather face though, Striker or Cross?
That's really hard to say. That's a $1 million question.
I mean, they're both Zerg players. They both apparently go 50-50 when they play each other.
I used to play, so they used to be my main practice partners in TVZ. Yeah, we played so much, and back when I played them a lot, that's when my TVZ was really good, but then stopped practicing as much with them, and on the ladder I can't really play the matchup. So, and I always, honestly, they're both about the same skill level. They're really both really good. They're actually really different in how they approach ZVT. Cross much more aggressive, Striker's like much more macro management style, but they both do it so well. So, and honestly, my practice games versus them recently hasn't, especially Striker, hasn't been so well. So, I don't know. I don't know who I'd rather face. I'm watching the ZVZ. I'm trying not to think about it. I don't want to root. I just want to be prepared to play as good as I can TVZ. And regardless.
Are you just looking at the ZVZ and you're trying to figure out which one has better Mutamicro?
No.
This person's gonna Mutamicro.
No, because I already know. They don't even use their mutas.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no.
Striker's very defensive with his mutas. Cross is really in your face. So they have completely different game plans, honestly, in the matchup. So, and I feel fine again. Cross, I'm scared I'm going to die in the mid game, but then Striker, I'm scared of his late game. So
yeah,
it's give or take. So I'm just kind of focusing on playing a good game. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. You have any build orders that you're trying to cook up for that matchup? I know you probably shouldn't reveal it right now, but
I'm going to 8-rax them every game.
8 racks.
Yeah.
Are you going to pull BBS?
Never.
No.
Never. That's a terrible build. I 8-rax everyone. I played
I
Tarp
watched
Man.
you 8 racks. I was sitting in the computer next to you. I was watching you 8 racks Niantic. You're 8-raxing Tarpman.
Yeah, I was checking their skill, man. I want to see how they're doing, but Tarpman just opened 9 pull over pull 6 links. I'm like, okay, both games, okay, I respect
8 racks
it.
is such a good. I opened 8 racks against Val Tomato earlier in the tournament. Unfortunately, he went for 10-10 Ling Flood, so
oh my god,
it didn't quite
disgusting.
work out for me.
Yeah, sounds like a ZVT.
Yeah.
How was your tournament?
So I'm not particularly good. I'm actually an E rank player, so
that's pretty good.
Well,
that's not F, man.
It's not F. Yeah, it's not F. It's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, that's a big barrier, man. And F is a huge sea of potatoes.
It really kind of feels like E, F, and D. It doesn't even feel like there's any difference when I between the ranks. Because I'll play a D player and they'll play an F player that I played last time. It's just it kind of feels like a lot of people are just around the same level in E, D, F.
Yeah, it's possible. I think D is pretty good though. And once you get to D, everyone knows their build orders. And honestly, this is something even
I ended up playing Least. Which got casted. Unfortunately, the bad one got casted. But he is actually an amazing
Have you played
player.
on stream before? Have you played in front of people?
Not in a live tournament.
Okay.
I've never done that before. I've played in online amateur tournaments.
Yeah.
But never in this.
How did that
kind of
feel?
setting. It kind of felt amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
You liked it?
Yeah, because you remember when I was playing and I don't know, he was he busted open my position with dragoons or whatever.
Okay.
And I ended up killing one of his dragoons with like a vulture that was being repaired, and I could hear everybody like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, and you like that?
Oh, I like that a lot.
Oh my god, it makes me so nervous.
Really?
Dude. It breaks my focus.
Oh,
honestly.
that gets my adrenaline going. Like, oh, okay.
Damn, that's good, dude. You should be a competitor, man. You should.
I try my best.
You have that. You have the genetics for it, man.
I don't know if I have the genetics.
Absolutely, man. Dude.
I don't know about that.
I remember actually this kind of the last time I played in an environment like this. Well, of course I played in the other LANs, but especially where like people are actually like watching and you can hear them.
Yeah.
It was early SC2 when I went to some of the MLGs, but I remember I went to like I don't know. Dallas. It was Dallas or something, or Houston, whatever the I caught that one in Texas, right? And I just remember I was playing and I heard everything, and it was so like, to me it makes me nervous, but like I don't like that feeling.
Oh really?
Yeah, it kind of breaks my focus. So I'm pretty happy we have the noise canceling headphones. I got some music in. I don't hear absolutely anything. For me, that's I need that, like, my focus.
I know a lot of people just like to be like 100% sort of in the zone. I guess I'm a little bit more of a white noise kind of guy.
Maybe.
Like, I just kind of like hearing things around me.
Dude, I'm just ADHD ass. So like whenever something catches my attention, I start thinking about it. It's like so.
Honestly, I hear a lot of people say StarCraft is like a big ADHD game. Like if you're not ADHD, you just really.
Well, most video games are, because it just
I
like
guess so.
stimulates. Like it's really easy to hyper focus and stuff. But like for me, I always get sidetracked. Like sometimes I'll have thoughts. Like I'll just think about something Artosis said while we're playing.
Yeah.
I'm like. Like, especially when I was like, oh, I'm not leaving the game. What if he starts typing to me? Or something?
No.
He's like, why are you still in this? He should have, man. He should have. That would have like wrecked my mental, man. That would have been so. I kind of deserved it, yeah, because we were in an APL. Couple of months back, and then I just kind of left 2 of his games, like, because he wasn't leaving. I left before him, and his chat was so mad. And so he'd be totally in the right. Well, it's tough love out here.
Yeah,
so.
I guess so. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
So we're waiting for the next match, or
I'm not.
Cross is here. Like, I saw him, and so Striker, but I guess everyone's just kind of like.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I don't know what's going on at all. Like, nobody's told me anything. They're just like, okay, now you conduct an interview with Gypsy.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, we're here. We're out here.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, okay, the restream platform's kind of troll because we can't see, like, how many, like, who's watching, but I feel like the viewership for this has been pretty good, huh? Yeah,
I know yesterday we peaked at around, like, 250, 300 viewers-ish.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I think it's when Artosis started playing. Every time, I feel like, I would imagine whenever Artosis starts playing, there's a spike in viewership because people just like to watch him play.
Oh, for sure. He's the hero. He's the main attraction, but let me tell you, Artosis is such a he's one of the nicest guys, honestly, I've ever met. I always I always give him shit and stuff on stream, but he's an incredible person, and he's
Okay.
Are we waiting for the ZVZ or whatever? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, we're fine to just keep.
You played so you played StarCraft 2 before? Or?
I did play StarCraft 2 before.
Okay.
I was a Zerg player.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you stopped or what?
Oh, I didn't exactly stop. Well, it's kind of one of those things where life kind of got busy.
Yeah.
So I just haven't played in a bit, but I was playing a lot of StarCraft 1 just like the past like month or two, just to prepare for this tour. It's like, oh, I gotta show my best games. You know?
Dude, that's it's awesome. We converted you or what?
I have been converted. I love StarCraft.
Did you used to have did you have friends in the community before you switched, or?
Not really. No.
Okay.
Like
we're just like, this looks cool. I guess you live around here or something. I don't want to dox you, dude, but like.
I'm personally from Toronto. I actually traveled up here too.
Okay. Did you drive?
No, I actually hopped on the Vile Tomato mobile.
Oh yeah, you guys all had a road trip.
Yeah, we had a bit of a road trip.
Yeah.
We're all from Ontario.
Did you sign up for CPL and stuff? Or?
Yeah, I did CPL last year. CPL is like 90% of the reason I'm here. It's
I know there's a lot of CPL people.
Because a few years ago I played like a game or two of StarCraft. I was playing on the ladder, and the ladder just felt like awful. It was just
it's a terrible experience. Yeah,
like especially since at the time I basically haven't really played StarCraft. Like I played it when I was a kid, and that was kind of the reason why I wanted to get back into it. But it was just like, well, I don't really know build orders. I don't really know anything.
Yeah.
There's not that many online resources Just like
True.
I know StarCraft 2 has stuff like
Especially not in
spawning
English.
tool.
Okay, yeah.
Where like it just like tells you the build orders. Like Loco has really helpful videos on like,
Yeah.
oh, like if you want to start out playing StarCraft 2, you can here's like a good Roach build to do, or here's like a good like 2-base Terran play like, for you to learn. And I feel like there's not a whole lot of that for Brood War.
Not in English, that's for sure.
Yeah, not
and
in
even
English.
in Korean, I would say it's like much more higher level. Like it's usually all the pros, like talking to people that already like the knowledge is much more out there. But what made you switch from Zerg to Terran then? Like that's.
I'm not even gonna lie. I watched Artosis.
Yeah.
That's like actually 99% the reason I played Terran.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because okay, you know, like there was like a period in like 2020 where everybody was where you know StarCraft was like kind of getting back. I was kind of getting back into StarCraft. There's like the holiday bash going on, and like people were putting on events and stuff.
Yeah.
And people were like mentioning, "Oh, Artosis has such a good stream," and then I watch it, and I thought it was hilarious. Right?
Yeah.
It was sort of one of those things where it's like at first I was like, "Oh, haha, funny man, get angry at video game kind of thing."
Yeah.
But the more I watched him, the more I just enjoyed the game. It was just like I really liked watching him move his army around, reset like his rally points. For some reason, that's really satisfying to me.
It's
like,
an amazing game.
Watching someone just like
Don't let David Kim hear you.
yeah, watching
those are all tedious clicks. No one likes that.
No, dude, it looks so satisfying. I was just like,
What are you talking about?
oh my god,
You got to build depots and like not MBS macro and stuff.
Yeah, dude, one of the most satisfying things, in my opinion, about this game is you have a Marine medic army and you move it around. Like just 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. Like just.
Dude, when I was younger, like 15, 16, I'd be at school, like, and that was when I was really getting into StarCraft, and I was just thinking about macroing. I'm like, dude, I just want to go home and just like make a lot of units out of like gates and like racks. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I like that feeling. Feels so good, and like especially once you get better at it, and like to me, it's insane that a lot of the developers don't understand that, but it is what it is. But dude, that's exciting. I feel like I'm happy to hear that there's people out there that look at Brood War and they're like, I want to play this.
Yeah.
And you watch Artosis, and then you're like, oh, I can definitely do this. This guy.
Like I'm watching him play all the time. I'm like, I can do that. Like, I try that out.
Absolutely.
But I think joining CPL was probably the move that really kind of cemented me into this community, because just having like just knowing a lot of people who like are also kind of new. They're not like super pro or anything like that. They're just also starting out, and just like, oh, we can like play some practice games together. I can give you some tips and that kind of stuff. That just felt really good.
Who's your coach?
G5.
Okay.
I was on a horse.
On a horse, okay. Just G5? Who were
there was some other coaches. G5's the one big name, though.
Yeah.
There was like Flash FTW.
Yeah.
It was a pretty prominent
I know
guy
everyone,
there.
so.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Did you like G5's coaching?
Yeah,
I'm putting you on the spot, man.
I think G5's a good coach.
They're all good coaches, man. CPL.
Yeah,
honestly,
they're all like super passionate too. Like you ask them, like I remember I would ask G5 like some question like, oh, like when you get like this depot or something, you give me like a paragraph answer. Like, oh, whoa, this is a good information. Like, damn.
Oh, they all love, you know, all the StarCraft players. They love like being able to just talk about it, you know, at some point. And just make sure you never get better than them, because if you get better than your coaches, they will hate you forever.
Really?
Once you start talking back
is that what happened to you?
No comment.
No comment.
Once you start talking back to some people, then their egos get in. No, I'm just trying to start. I'm just trying to start stuff.
He's just being toxic.
No, G5's actually a really he's such an OG, and he's such a like just straight to the point, and like a lot of these players, like they have very like interesting ideas about the game, and everyone has such a different approach to like let's see, actually I guess if no one comes to take my spot, I'm gonna sit here and cast this with you if you want. But
I mean, sure.
Although
I think they're talking about the next people to put on for casting.
Yeah, do you think they'll play some of the loser bracket on stream?
I know they're planning on playing like the last couple of ones, but I don't know. I feel like the initial part of the losers bracket they're not gonna cast. Like, because I know the losers bracket's actually being played right now.
Yeah. I was kind of checking the bracket like in between, and there's a lot of games still. There's a lot of games. So, and what time is it? Like, 11, like 12, I guess. At like 12:30 probably, because our like 1. Okay.
I think the last 3 games of the losers bracket is going to be casted.
Okay.
I think that's what I overheard people talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean, CPL is great, dude.
I love CPL, dude.
Do you plan on going to any other lands, or you plan on?
I was considering the Chicago LAN.
Yeah.
Because it's not actually that far away from me. I actually live in the middle, like, of the 2 locations for Montreal and Chicago LANs.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So
yeah.
I could. It just kind of depends on if I have the time.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had time to. I sort of set aside time this weekend. I wasn't originally planning on going to the Chicago one.
Yeah.
But if I have time to do it, you know,
Well, dude, you
this
should
is fun.
make sure you keep playing. Don't give
Yeah.
up. You know, I tried to stop playing, but then I realized like
I saw
don't-
that video too.
Oh, yeah, everyone saw that video, but whatever. Like, it's not about. I mean, this is a really sick community. You know, I think a
Yeah.
lot of us sometimes we're a bit kind of sad that it's not more mainstream or there's not that much relevance. But the reality is we're like a tight knit community. And
yeah, it definitely feels that way. Like, especially like, you know, this LAN. It's just like not like it. Yeah, it's like there's not a whole lot of people. I think there's around like.
There were like 30, you know, yesterday.
No, I think yesterday there was like. 40 or
well, not
probably,
50, dude.
yeah. I know
40,
they said
50.
they were like maybe 50
No,
people
no,
will
no,
come.
no,
Like, no, I think there's only like 40.
Well, dude, there's only so many people that are insane enough to play this game.
Yeah, I know.
So
I was like, I was like looking around. I was like, wow, we really got every NA StarCraft player here.
yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Like,
dude, there's gonna be even more. So I think there's gonna be more events in the future here. So
I hope
hopefully,
so, dude. Me and Val Tomato were talking about next event,
Yeah.
Toronto event.
Yeah.
Like that would be sick, right? Like,
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
would be down to help out with that.
Well, you know, you can also anyone can organize. You know.
Yeah, this is.
So-
I mean, this is not like a big production by any means.
you can join.
Looks like the next game is about to be started. Are we casting, or are we gonna get an actual
Of
Zerg
cour-
player?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
a Tentat if he wants to cast, maybe. No, you can cast with Rice Hat. Oh, okay. You want? Oh yeah, you want to come cast Zerg? Okay, come, take my spot because I'm gonna go and play some games.
We got another guy to replace me.
Have fun. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some break real quick. Okay. We're gonna have a break, guys.
When we come back, CBZ.
Oh, and remember to subscribe and donate.
Of course.
What he said. All right, guys, we are back. I'm joined with my boy Niantic. How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you, Aaron, for doing so much for our community, throwing these amazing lands. It's such a blast.
Do you want to introduce yourself while I update the command for the casters?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Niantic, Zerg player, mid-rank. I'm going to try to give a little bit of insight. I'm one of those Zerg guys who actually loves ZVZ, so I am super pumped to watch some high-level play. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, who doesn't love ZVZ, right?
I mean, a lot of people, actually.
Yeah, they're stupid.
It's so volatile, and
To me, that's the best part.
I actually took down one of the higher ranked players in one of the qualifiers in a best of one in ZVZ, even though they're like 2 ranks higher than me. So
Yeah,
I know
no,
some
it's-
people are like, but it's kind of a roll of the dice, and sometimes it is.
Yeah, sometimes I was talking with Artosis about it because he was talking about how TVZ is unwinnable because he was talking with Crossy and Striker, and obviously they played people like Urbmon and Tentat, Light Swarm.
Yeah.
Not like top tier, but really good Zergs still, right? And they're like, yeah, I don't know, I went 9 pool speed and he went 12 hatch and he just had no lings and I won.
Right.
And that sometimes that's just the matchup, right?
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of Zerg Chads, I have to give a shout out to Lightswarm right now. He's currently playing against somebody with Carbot, no headphones, no game sound.
Oh,
He's
God.
still getting notifications about his friends, and he was also casually chatting with people as they walked by. So
Yeah,
that guy's a freaking Chad.
that guy is nuts. All right, guys, we are in the lobby. ZVZ action.
Let's go.
If Escalade's paying attention, he'll put on a Gamba. All right, guys, here we go. All right. You think I would know what buttons to hit, considering I'm the one who set this up, but I don't know nothing. All right, do you want to do the first intro?
Sure, sounds good, Aaron. On the left-hand side of Neosylphid, we've got Cross in the blue Zerg.
Let's go. His opponent on the lower right-hand side of Sylphid, we've got Striker. All right. ZVZ, this is where we actually have to pay attention because actually anything can happen.
Well, so far, no 4 or 5 pools, so that's out of the
Absolute big
choices.
miss from both players.
I was playing with somebody recently in some games. I forget who they were, and they said 5 pool incoming, and then we played a practice round, and I actually went 5 pool against them, and it was great. It was Killa Ace. I remember now.
Oh, that's
We were
hilarious.
on
Poor
the
Killa, man.
Complete same wavelength. I mean, he won the game, but like it was hilarious. I actually took him at face value.
It's
I think 9 pool from Striker based on the mineral bank.
yeah, it's gonna be a 9 pool. So probably 9 pool gas into lair.
Something like that.
Predicting a little bit further out than we need to.
Yeah, Cross got the Overlord going already, so something a little bit more economical.
Ooh, please don't go 12 hatch. This is how we saw so many people lose yesterday in ZVZs. Is they're just Urban's like 12 hatch is fun, and suddenly Link showed him because it was 9 pool speed.
Yeah,
and
if
he
it's
was like,
if it's
"Oh,
12
shit."
pool, he should be okay. If it's 12 hatch, he's kind of screwed.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he's.
Oh no no no.
Oh, this is a huge gamble.
Oh.
On a 4-player map, I feel like sometimes that can work out, but on a 3-player map, it's like a 2
Yeah.
out of 3. It's not gonna work for
Well,
you.
yeah, it's one of those like on a 4-player map, you also have the chance of being cross spawn, right? Where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, I got the extra 3 seconds.
Right.
The problem is that this is a 3-player map, so there's no
Yeah.
like longer spawn distance.
And these are both very high-level players, so whatever
Yeah.
advantage Cross would have had against a lower-ranked Zerg with this build advantage is gonna go away.
Yeah, he's gonna do a 12, 11, 10 on this actually.
Super standard opening against Terran.
Yeah, I mean, I do that in my my ZVPs a lot.
Yeah,
like,
if he gets away with this, he's going to be in a great position. Now let's
Alright.
see what happens with the Overlord, because the blue Overlord, if he can keep that away from the Lings and they don't see it, then he might kind of be okay if some of Striker's
nah,
Lings
he
go to
doesn't
the
see
top.
this at all.
So this might actually work out for Cross if Striker doesn't send all of them to his base, because Defender's advantage is huge.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately, they're just
they're all going there.
they're just sending it.
This might be a very quick first game.
Well, it's ZVZ. You know how it be.
And we're doing, is it 5 games?
Yeah, best of 5.
Yeah, so
And the worst part is it shows up right as it's about to finish. So do you let it
Yeah.
finish? Do you cancel it?
it's just it's the worst feeling in the world, because right when they arrive is when you're starting your Zerglings.
Yeah.
And you're just like watching your life like fade
Right,
before your
Sunken's
eyes.
coming. All
Okay.
right, Sunken's here. will start killing off some Lings, but
Yeah, Striker got one of the drones that was on gas. So
Yeah.
now Cross's initial econ advantage that he had is starting to dwindle.
yeah, and I mean, you have to cancel the hatchery, so you
It hurts.
especially when it's almost done, right? It's
Yeah.
like, man, that was 300 minerals.
It's
that was
honestly more of a
almost done.
psychological disadvantage than a game disadvantage because you're like, oh, but I put so much effort into that timing,
Yeah.
and now it's nothing. So
And now he's floating all this money that's supposed to be a hatchery because he can't spend it. You don't have the larva. You don't have
Yeah.
anything to like put it into except another hatchery.
So Striker has the unit number advantage. If Cross can get some good positionings in these engages, he could still be in it, but it's going to be really rough.
Oh, there it is. And he does drop a hatchery, but
Ooh,
we're kind of off in the
sneaky.
distance.
Yeah, if I'm Striker, I'm not going to look there.
And that is the one cool thing about Sylphid is that you have these little like out of the way high ground bases.
Yep.
All right, Layer's coming up. He might not need a spore, but he's definitely gonna need Hey man. He's absolutely gonna need go straight into Scourge.
Yeah, he's going to have to play defensive. I wonder if he'll even have to throw down an Evo Chamber.
Let's see.
Spire's pretty far ahead for Striker.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those you can you can get away with just going straight into Scourge, but you're probably gonna lose 2 drones.
At least. I mean, the Spire's like 400 hit points ahead of his. And
Yeah, that's true.
I think the Spire's a very slow structure to mutate, and I think the mutas will get there early enough that he could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's possible. Nope, not quite. Not quite gonna scout it.
Yeah.
The other thing too is you have to consider is if Striker stays and kills the Overlord.
That's true.
Because if he kills the Overlord, then you have time.
Yeah, we do see that a lot in really
But-
high level play.
It does look like Crossy is just gonna not risk it.
Yeah, he's getting the Spore Colony in a place that's about as good as he can do. He's going to try to cover his entire little one base with one defensive
Yeah.
structure.
And I mean, it won't cover everything, but it's definitely gonna stop the dive-ins,
Yep.
which is fine until you have your Scourge out. Which
Yeah, I mean, the most exposed spot is probably his extractor.
no.
Oh, no, Striker found the expansion. This could be really bad because how's he going to get defense up there in time?
yeah, it's gonna be hard. Although the meters are just
Yes,
diving straight to the
Striker
main.
just flies across the map. And he might target some drones. He's going for the gas.
He's gonna go for the gas bounces. Yeah.
Very good Spore placement, though, honestly. It's making...
Yeah.
If Striker takes his attention off, the mutas will drift towards the Spore and cross a bit of damage. So
Yeah. And if you're only gonna build one Spore, this is probably the Scourge.
nice connection there for Cross. Striker's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I don't want to lose all these right now. We'll just fly back and do
I
something
mean,
else.
he just lost 2 mutas.
Yeah,
Once that
that's
Scourge is like, ooh.
painful.
Uh,
But
Cross
I mean,
is like, oh man, that was. I feel good.
but also you look at the supplies and the resources. You see Strikers so far ahead.
Yeah.
The supply block
Cross
was
is
real.
supplied. Yeah.
But let's see if Cross can get the second base up, because if he can, he might actually get into a winning position. If he
Yeah.
can get that gas up and mining, if he can start muta production and just put the pedal to the metal, he could definitely come back.
Yeah, there's absolute potential. There's a dozen lings.
That's a lot of links.
Yeah, there's.
He needs
5
like a
lings.
ling wall or something with a sunk behind. I don't know how he's going to hold this.
A single muta. The Warcraft 3 hero equivalent.
Yeah, Kakulza.
Oh, great
Nice-
shot.
Nice micro from Cross. He's making a lot with that air disadvantage that he had. And suddenly
Yeah.
he has more mutas? What?
Yeah, I know, right?
What is
Wow.
this? Is he going to get the moving shot? Oh,
Oh.
this could turn the game. If he can snipe these mutas,
Yeah, he's absolutely going to
Cross
kill
is
these
going to
mutas.
get ahead. But
He's going to
what's-
lose his hatch, though, is the biggest problem.
So what's more important? It looks like the air battle. He's going to sacrifice the second base to get air dominance.
The problem is I don't think he's realized that Striker has his natural up. If it's one base and you're trying to go
That's
for
true.
2, that's fine. But in this moment, ooh, this could be dangerous.
I think some drones might get sniped here. I think
Yeah, we're-
Striker's just going to try
one-
to get the gas.
He just
two-
wants kills.
2 drones down so far. 1 from minerals, 1 from gas.
He just wants the kills.
Okay, pretty good hold from Cross there. He
Take
didn't
it.
lose as much as he could have.
Yeah. But he's gonna go across now, see this, and go, oh crap.
Well, if he gets
Well,
there
he's
before
got
the
the supply advantage at this
if
point.
he gets there before the gas income starts stacking up, he might be okay.
Yeah. It's
See
almost
the
like these
micro
guys
here.
are good at the game.
Good snipe.
Oh, Scourge on Scourge
I
action.
think Cross's one Scourge absorbed 2 of Striker's there, so that was actually really good for him.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're Scourge in there. Oh my gosh, the micro.
Oh.
He's sniping all of the Scourge from Striker.
Do you ever just look at someone and go, wow, I'm really bad at this game?
I'm thinking, like I'm watching the game right now, and I'm like, there's no way Cross started out with
Yeah.
12 hatch against 9 pool. Like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
His control is...
Considering we saw it twice yesterday, and both times they got absolutely crushed by the Link. Like, it was like a 1.5-minute game.
Yeah, Cross really showing some amazing control here.
Yeah. Oh. All right, we ate
Oh
one
my
of
gosh. So now it's 4 against 4. It's actually pretty balanced. Cross adding a 5th, and then 2 more Scourge on the way.
Yeah, they're both reinforcing, and obviously Defender's advantage is, you know, one hell of a drug.
Yeah, especially if you have 2 hatcheries.
Yeah.
Oh, is he going to get a drone? He got a drone. That's a nice
Yeah.
snipe. Let's see if he sticks around for this
He's
battle.
continuously denying the gas mining here, which is huge.
That's true.
Because, like, if the hatch is up, but it's not mining.
Right.
Obviously, larva is larva, but you're still... Like, you kind of want to get money from this.
Oh my gosh, Cross's control is just beautiful. While he's making Striker fight the Scourge, he sniped one of the drones on the gas.
Yeah, this is...
Oh. Did that connect?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh, he got all the drones.
Oh, come on. If I wanted to feel bad about myself, like, shit.
Can we check the top middle there? Okay, so that hatcher's almost up.
Yeah, it's coming back up.
Oh, this is a great start to a series. I'm loving this.
This is the best. This is the best outcome for ZVZ.
We're at about the 10-minute mark. You'd never guess the opening
All right,
builds.
so wait, who goes Hive now?
I don't think we're going to see Hive here.
No, a man can dream.
I would love to see Devourer play, though. That's one of my favorite things.
Hydra Lurker, baby.
Mm. Yeah, that is kind of your cup of tea, isn't it?
That is
Aaron?
absolutely my thing.
I love it.
Oh,
Sad news for Mutas. Ling is faster.
yeah, that's a
All
load of
about the
crap.
positioning. Oh, he doesn't get it. And so Striker's going to get a scout. He sees that Cross's base is still the same.
Yeah.
And now he's like, wait, something must be up. How could he not have any new structures? He's probably going to start looking for the expansion.
Yeah. And I mean, in terms of like mineral drones, Crossy's ahead, right?
Well, that Spore
But-
isn't optimal.
Yeah, I know. But then you look at the gas mining, which matters a lot more at this point in the matchup. And right now, Striker's got that. Although, I guess this is up
Oh,
mining
there we
now.
go. Cross as the guy. I think because of, well, they both have it, so I think it's pretty even.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good.
Yeah, at this point, supply is about balanced. Resources are pretty close. It's anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, both of them playing just incredible StarCraft.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the problem is that nobody wants to attack into each other because you don't want to attack into maybe a Spore or Scourge or,
Right.
you know?
And also notice we're not getting extra drones, right?
Yeah.
They're focused on the aggression here. They don't want to
Oh.
take risks.
You send in the Lings to drag away the Mutas, and you come in.
Oh,
Oh,
Striker getting the moving shot. This could be huge.
Scourge on Scourge action.
Okay, so Cross slows them down a little bit, but he did drop at least one Muta there, and so now Striker's air army is far superior. Let's see how this micro ends up turning the tide. if
Yeah,
it
but the
does.
Lings just killed off all three.
Yeah,
there's no more gas
The
mining.
two-ling backstab is real.
Dude, 2 Lings are too good. Looks like it might have been tried up here, but Crossy was ready. Oh, no, that's not how you
Great
want to-
connection from Striker's Scourge. It sounded like.
Yeah. Oh,
We're pretty even, actually.
Scourge is flying in from every angle. Madness ensues.
Yeah, so Striker's, I think, realizing, oh, that top base is making a big difference. I gotta take that out.
Yeah, there's only 2 Lings here right now. No Spunk and no Spore.
We got the Mutas defending though. Let's see if Cross is able to save these drones. One drone goes down.
Yeah, immediately the second drone
Oh,
absolutely
it
gonna go
hides
down.
in the extractor. Is he going to save it? Oh, no.
All right. So that evens up a little bit because now Striker's not mining from his gas, of
Oh.
course.
Caster's curse. Now he is.
Yeah. He's got his headphones on, right?
Oh.
I'm
We're
kidding.
definitely not being loud enough. We can start shouting, though.
What? No, it's looking really good though. Like
Yeah, Striker's up a few in supply, but not a whole lot. And Cross is going to
Third
go for
hatch.
Yeah, at the natural.
Man.
It's almost done.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
If he gets this up, I think he would be in a very favorable position.
Yeah, and I mean...
Striker's exploring the rest of the map, but not thinking to look at the most obvious
Yeah.
place.
And it's one of those, like, Striker, you don't ever think about dropping our third hatch, right?
Not in this kind of position. It's been such an aggressive back and forth game where you've basically no extra drones.
I'm surprised we're not seeing, like, obviously it's mostly due to like how much they've lost, but we're like, this is the kind of game where you'd expect to see 2 control groups of mutas, right? So like muta, Scourge.
Oh, how did he connect
what?
that?
That was a hit.
There were 10 mutas there. Holy
Yeah. But yeah, this is exactly where I'd expect to see, you know, the 2 groups of mutas and your group of Scourge, and you're just full on sending it.
Well, these guys keep butting their armies against each other. That there is no like mass ever happening. They get up to like 10, 12, 14 units, and then they fight, and then it goes down to 4, and they both go back to their bases, and we start over again. I love it.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Oh, wow. Did Striker snipe a bunch of those?
I think I was on Scourge action, but I'm not sure. Oh.
We got some connections there from Striker. I think Striker just took the advantage now. He's got 4 more mutas than 3 more mutas than Cross, but that's a big difference in this kind of game. Striker getting the moving shot, sniping that muta. Now it's 5 against 9, which is not looking good for Cross.
No, it's not good. You lose your Overlord. There's
oh,
lings
and
in
the
this
lings
base.
at the base at the top too. This could be the beginning of the end for Cross in game 1 here.
Yeah, we might be looking at game number 2 here. Damn, one hell of a game. I mean, the thing is, right, you look at it, if from the beginning, Cross was behind, right? You lose the hat tree and everything.
I wouldn't even say Cross was behind. I would say Cross automatically loses, but he took it to 15 minutes, and he kind of had the advantage at a few points in that game. That was unreal.
That is very true, actually.
So Cross demonstrating to Striker, you can't mess with me. You
Yeah.
9 pull my 12 hatch, I'll take you to 15 minutes.
Absolutely not the result you'd expect.
No, not at all. That was a beautiful way to start this series.
Man, that makes me happy that, like, that's just an absolute banger.
Oh, yeah. Gonna have a good series here.
Seems like chat's enjoying it. Chat enjoying ZVZ.
Who we got in the chat here? Anybody we know?
It's right there on that screen, too.
Oh, nice.
I'm just looking at the dashboard.
Skill, honor, hard work, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See how far that got Artosis. He fucking...
hey, what's up, Suri? Nice to see you there.
8 racks and then a BBS from Artosis.
Flying in the chat, too. Awesome.
Yeah, we got some cool people in the chat.
All right, in the bottom left, we've got Striker in the red Zerg.
Top right, we've got Crossy.
So the meta game begins now. Do they try to do something similar or something different from the previous game? What's your opinion?
Sorry.
No, you're good, sir.
Right.
I'm putting you on the spot here while you're typing and being technical.
I feel like it's absolutely a moment where you could look at this and go, all right, you wouldn't 12 hatch twice, right? You wouldn't 12 hatch me twice, and then he does, right? And it's a 4-player map. You have a better shot of getting away with it, like we talked about before. But at the same time, I think you're just like, no, I think I'll play like it. I would go overpool game 2 after a 12 hatch.
Sure.
And maybe even a 12 hatch, right? If I really want to still be greedy.
Yeah, it looks like they're both going for Overlord, so you called it.
Yeah.
We went from very aggressive and very economic to both middle of the road. This should be a pretty balanced game.
Unless they both go 12 hatch now. That would
I would love that. We could get the Devourer Muta versus Defiler Hydrolurk kind of stuff.
Finally, a ZVZ built for me.
Yeah, so no overpool from either of them. You might have called it. We might actually have 2 12 hatches.
All right, guys, I'm retiring. What kind of ZVZ is this? Where's my 4 pool?
Okay, Cross definitely going for... Is that an 11 hatch? Striker 12 hatch?
Yeah, okay.
Slightly different builds here.
12 hatch versus an 11 hatch.
Yeah.
So is Striker going to do the 12, 11, 10? Or is he going to like 12, 12? Or like...
I don't know. It looks like it might be 12-11-10 versus 11-10-9. So Cross is going to be very slightly ahead. Striker is going to have one more drone mining the whole time.
Yeah. But the thing is, this is actually, I'm going to say favor Striker, because the few seconds that you have that you save by going an 11 hatch over a 12 hatch are lost because you're cross spawn.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good point. And if you're just one drone away from the same build, the player with the one more drone is in a better position.
In ZBZ, one drone matters so much more than anywhere else.
Yeah, I was talking with a Terran player last night, and they were saying, like, yeah, I don't bother mineral boosting. And I'm like, well, as a Zerg player, I do. I'm only going to have one per patch. That is saturation for me in the early game.
Yeah, it's if you're not boosting a Zerg in the early game, you're kind of throwing away so much money.
Yeah, or you're just not at the level where you have the control to think about it yet.
Yeah. I'm really bad at it. I do it. I'm really bad at it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we got the links going up from both players, and
So wait, who goes 3 hatch now?
okay, we got Lair for Striker. Do we have Lair for Cross too? Yep. Okay. So
Sick.
pretty much mirrored game so far. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of potential here for a big Muta macro game.
And if we look at the mini map, they are literally doing the exact same strategies. They both did the standard scout, and they're both also scouting in like the inverted direction from each other. I'm not sure how to say that right.
These links are just gonna run past each other.
Yeah.
The question is, does one person like right click and the other guy A move, or?
And look at their naturals. Or a second ago, they both had the diagonal line.
Oh,
Cross
yeah.
just kind of compressed his a bit, but for a second there,
Yeah,
it
you
was
just
like,
put your diagonal right here, so that way
Yeah.
they can't run in.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this.
Yeah.
Too many ZVZ games have started off like that.
No such thing. No such thing as too many.
It is when you're on the back foot. You're like, fuck, ling,
I
ling,
mean,
ling,
that,
ling.
yeah, that's fair. I was trying to ladder a little yesterday, and this guy didn't want to play me. I matched up with him. He was a Zerg player. He left the game. I re-queued, found him again. He left the game, re-queued a third time. I got like 40 MMR for
Wow,
nothing.
You're like, whoa, suddenly I'm B rank.
Yeah, pretty
GG,
much.
easy.
Yeah, and then you just get clobbered and fall back down to D.
Yeah. You get put against someone who's actually good at the game, you're like, oh, well, shit.
Yeah. Okay, Striker trying to scout. Cross is going to deny that and think the same. Oh, okay, so Cross's speed just kicked in. Question is, does Striker have it? Because Cross is going heavy Ling. This could be a big push here.
If you don't, if one Ling just gets a whole tour of the base,
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah, maybe peck at some drones. Cross might get a good surround on Striker's natural.
Oh,
Oh, he snipes
hate
a
this game.
drone. Holy shit.
I hate this game.
That's huge.
It's massive.
That's huge. Yeah, so Cross was paying attention to his lings outside Striker's natural, and he loses a drone to a single Zerg.
Yeah.
That is very
That's
painful.
so unfortunate,
And that
man.
makes such a big difference.
Because you look back and you see that it died, and you're just like,
You cry a little on the inside and probably on the outside too.
yeah, it's where you just take a big old sigh.
Okay, Striker slipped one ling out of two through there. Cross
Hoping to
is
get some more
trying-
AFK kills.
Yeah, for real.
But Spire's, chugging along.
I'm favoring Striker very slightly, only because he's kind of controlling the attention of Cross so far.
Yeah.
Like, he got that drone, and he also forced Cross to move his entire Zergling army after one ling.
Yeah.
Like, that shows me he's in control right now. So
True.
my gut is saying he's in a good place.
Now, the real issue is that Cross has made so many lings, and he's gotten nothing done with them.
Well, if you get the overwhelming number,
Yeah. Like, if he could get something done with it, it would be worth it.
I
but-
think they're pretty even in terms of lings at this point. Striker snipes Cross's scouting ling, doesn't let him get into the into the main. So Cross
Yeah.
isn't going to know what's going on in there. But obviously the Spire's done because the mutas are there.
Yeah.
Cross just hatching 3-4 mutas now. So we're probably going to have an air battle.
We're going up to 6 mutas, or that should be 2 Scourge, right?
Just hatched something at the natural. That was a drone. Yeah, hard to say.
Other muta. Okay.
Striker's banking a bit of gas compared to Cross, though, so that's interesting. I guess his muta production's a little later. He's kind of droning up a bit.
Yeah. Burning larva on more mineral-intensive drones and lings.
Okay, we've got a little bit of a lull in this game compared to the last one.
Yeah, these last game they were just at each other's throats. This
Yeah.
game,
Now they're like, you know what? Let's each take 5 bases and see who picks the better tech.
I'm willing to roll these dice. You?
Yeah. I love to see it. I love the weird, janky, techie ZVZs.
I love when ZVZ gets really wild.
Yeah.
And he's like, how did we get here?
I think it was Action and Effort a
It
season or two
absolutely
ago
was.
was the best series in ASL ever. If you're a Zerg player and haven't watched that, you need to look it up. Action versus Effort ASL.
That was last season.
Was it 15 or 16?
No, I think that was 17. I think that was this past season.
No, it was the previous season.
Was it? Then it was
Yeah.
16. And that was actually like early on too, wasn't
Yeah.
it? It was like round of
It
24,
was a
round of
shame.
16.
Those guys are like titans, and someone had to get knocked out. But
Yeah.
that's the nature of competitive game.
Welcome to the tournament, boys.
Well, hey, I had to play against Gypsy yesterday, so he won't be
Yeah.
seeing me in any of these matches.
Damn, you sure? All right, Scourge coming in, just kind of looking around, seeing what's up.
Little Snoop. Looks like
Actually, let's look at the economies here, right?
only
What's this?
7 in the main for Cross, which is not optimal, folks. If you're a Zerg at home, please get 1 per patch.
Yes, 1 per patch. It's like technically it's like 1.5, so you want like 12, 13 drones per field.
In
on a full
ZVZ, if
Uh,
you
yeah.
if you do that too early, you will just lose.
Oh yeah, in ZVZ is very different.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to big brain it and say like, ooh,
Absolutely.
well, if you big brain it.
Yeah. So Striker's mining is definitely more optimal right now in terms of minerals, but in terms
Well, he
of
just
resources,
has more drones.
Yeah, in terms of resources and supply, they're basically mirroring each other. So
Yeah, the important thing right now is gas over minerals because mutas are much more gas intensive, so are
True.
Scourge.
Absolutely.
You're not really making drones and lings where you need that mineral bank.
Yeah. But Striker's got 10 drones to Cross's 7 on minerals, so that's going to add up over time in Striker's favor for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Looks like Cross is planning to do a huge move out across the map. I think he has a ling advantage. Striker does have 3 lings sitting at the top, though, so he's going to have an interesting positional backstab, which might cause the AI of Cross's units to be weird.
Oh, and he flies right over. He's just sending it, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh,
Cross
God,
loses
that was
like
so
4
many
Scourge on
Scourge.
1. That was terrible for Cross's air
Yeah.
army.
Oh, this fight's just. Well, actually, I mean,
No, Striker just demolished
Yeah.
that. If I'm Cross, I'm
That
feeling pretty
was-
cross right now.
yeah, that was absolutely not the fight, man.
Oof. Yeah, Striker's got to feel good after that. Like, I lost almost nothing. I'm in a great position.
Wait, is that correct? A 10-tat one against Urban? What the
Oh,
hell?
shit. We got an upset on our hands, folks.
That is that's a ZVZ upset right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
Poor fucking Urban, bro.
That's massive.
Dude, shit.
Wow.
Because I literally was talking with our toast earlier. I'm like, yeah, you'll be playing against Urban, basically.
Yeah.
And a
That's-
2-0 at that.
Oh, my gosh. Shout out to Attentat.
Yeah.
Playing his ass off.
Crack.
Oh, also, shout out to Attentat. We're at this pizza place last night.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'll save the story for after this engage.
All right. Oh, God.
Oh,
so many meters
no.
just
Yeah,
exploded, but it was not nearly
So
enough.
in these engages in this game, Cross's Scourge have not been cutting it. He's been
No.
like losing 4 or 3 of them on a single unit.
So what he's doing, right? I know what he's doing because I've asked people about this because it's how it's like,
Uh-oh, Cross has to go.
no.
Okay, that makes
He's
more
like,
sense.
Gotta
GG.
go. Get the fuck out of this game.
GG. So I think
GGs.
Striker's up 2-0 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oof.
So something that I was talking with Zergs about, like Nagnar and such, is that if you can get the right engagement, it's better to just fly your Scourge in and then A-move them. Because basically what you want to do, and this is mostly against Protoss, mind
Yeah.
you, against
the
Theirs.
Corsairs, yeah.
What you do is you land them so they're right in the middle of the stairs, you A-move them, and they'll just immediately just, just jump to the side and
Right.
explode.
Yeah.
Like, that's how the AI works the best.
Yeah.
And so in something like this, it feels like he's trying to do that. But he A-moves and then just 4 of them just aim at a Scourge because they're just so close together.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Striker just had the better engages in that game, honestly. Cross played extremely well. We had mirror openings. But, yeah, the engages were just always at least a little bit in favor of Striker, and that just kind of snowballed
Yeah.
to the point where the game was just over.
Yeah, so for the bracket updates, for those who are curious, the loser of this will play Semi, which is hilarious for one very important reason, and that is that Semi has played nothing but PBZ the entire tournament, and he is so sick of the matchup.
Oh man.
All he has done is like, oh, I hope I don't get PVZ. And then
He just keeps getting it.
Then a Zerg won. He's like, oh, I hope I don't get another PVZ. And then he had to go get another Zerg.
He also came in here on like 3 hours of sleep yesterday. So
Yeah.
he's like, this is a living nightmare.
Well, you played Tartman. He just played Light Swarm, and now he's up against, at this point, Crossy.
Yeah.
That's a hell run.
Well, I think, is he in the losers bracket?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So in the top left here, we got Striker and the red Zerg. We got a Neo Dark Origin.
Yeah. No, no, they go. Best of 3, they go. Sorry, guys.
So I just introduced Striker. Sorry to talk over Escalade there.
Good. Talk over them all you want. Bottom right-hand side, guys. Come on, give it up for him. He's got to bring it back, man. We need that competitive, like 3-2. It's Crossy.
Yeah, it looks like Cross is going for the 9 pool and Striker going for overpool or some kind of more
Gas extractor trick?
overgas maybe.
Overgas.
I've
When's
seen
the last time you saw an overgas,
I
brother?
see
Like,
Zhao Shui. I forget how to say his name. I apologize. But one of those high-ranking Chinese Zerg does it a lot. And interestingly, I was in a ZVZ on ladder recently against someone who said they were from China, and they did it too. I was like, okay, this is a thing.
So it's like overgas?
Yeah, so
it's like a Chinese build?
I don't know if I could say it's a Chinese build, but some of the high-ranking and ladder players from China do it. And basically, you're going to be banking a bunch of gas before your pool finishes.
Yeah.
And once you get to Spire Tech, you just have that advantage in terms of how many mutalisks you can make.
Yeah, technically your layer's kind of quicker because you have the gas much sooner.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean, if you time it right, it's not going to make a big difference with a layer, but it's that gas afterwards. You're going to be like maybe 80 gas ahead of your opponent or something. Yeah, we look at it now, he's about 80 ahead.
That's actually a huge advantage. Holy hell.
Yeah.
So now we just wait for the pool to finish?
Yeah, so now I can tell my story about Attentat.
Yes, please. This was hilarious.
So anybody who knows him, please don't ever let him forget about this. We're at this really, really delicious, very small pizzeria.
Yeah, it's actually literally, I can see it from the window right here.
In Montreal. Delicious food. Everything is handmade. There are like 3 people working there, and like 12 of us go in at like 9 p.m. or something. So we like take over the whole place.
We were
10?
closer to 20.
Okay, a lot of people, more than a
15
dozen.
plus.
So we order like 12 things. Most of us get the little pizzas, and oh man, they're delicious.
Oh god, those pizzas were so good.
Attentat orders, he orders a sandwich, and we're like, oh man, it's taking a while for your food. And he steps out for a moment, just to like chat with people outside or something. It's a little cooler outside. And
who propped the door open, by the way?
One of the people working there.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
she
God.
came over. She asked in French, "Is it okay if I open this?" Because man, it was getting
it was
getting
steamy.
warm in there.
It was so
it was
steamy.
things were heating up. So they open the door. Attentat's outside, and one of the guys working there, they start blasting this music, and he comes walking out, and he's kind of like shaking his hips. He's holding this plate with the sandwich.
Yeah, he's doing like this like Latino flair dance where he's like shaking his hips and like spinning around and everything. They were recording it.
So he comes over to our table and he's trying to find whose sandwich it is. Attentat's not even in there. And then he walks through the door, and it's like he ordered the secret item on the menu that activated the music and the dance, and man, it was hilarious.
Like an Easter egg order.
Yeah, wonderful place though. They gave us some delicious honeydew melon on the house, since we made their night in terms of business. You okay there, Aaron?
Yeah.
But back to the game here. We got a Muta hold in Striker's base. Ling hold at the ramp, and both of them Spire's about half done.
Yeah. Well, actually, to me, what was funny about that as well was, so it's Ball, Vile Tomato, Rice Hat, and I are at a table. We're right next to the speaker, basically, right?
Oh yeah.
Like it was like the next table over, but it was facing us. Also, sorry guys, drone comes down for the drill.
Yeah, Striker's
absolutely
trying
fails.
to break Cross's hold here with the Lings.
And
he ends
he's
up losing.
losing.
Yeah, he used the drones to kind of get through, but then he lost a drone, so that hurts.
Yeah, this is not good.
Thanks for the support, Gabriel Jude.
Yo, thank you for the support, friend.
Shout out Gabriel, thank you for that.
Appreciate it. Whoop. Ling AI doing Ling things.
Yeah.
But we're talking, I don't remember, we were just talking about something, right?
Yeah.
I think we were talking about like WCG or something, because it's Ball, and that's what you talk about with him.
He was wearing the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
2013 WCG games.
And
Love it.
all of a sudden, like, the music just kind of got loud, didn't it? Like, that was like, it was like a notable jump up in volume. Where we, from like being able to talk over it to like, Okay, this feels really loud. And so.
Is that a Ling engage?
Yep. Oh, and it's looking good for Cross.
It's looking.
Oh,
Those are very squishy Lings.
5 health.
One
in between.
SCV could take those 2 down. Honestly, one drone even.
Yeah. Well, SB could take on like 20 Lings.
Oh,
That's
Striker
usually good.
flies by with the mutas and decides that they are important enough to stop.
Oh, he gets some hits on the Overlord.
Yeah, those 2 Lings are going to get into the base. Let's see what Striker has. Is he going to do something, or is he
No,
going to maybe
he's
lose a
focusing on the
drone?
meter fight. Look at the cameras.
If he loses a
looks back
drone
now.
here, this could actually cost him a lot.
Oh. Oh.
Nice. Crossy gets a drone there. He's dividing Striker's attention very
Yep.
skillfully.
And now the Scourge come in. Oh.
And the air battle's going in Cross's favor. If that Scourge can connect, it's going to kill that Muta. Let's see if Striker can micro this. Oh, it connects.
It hits.
Cross takes the lead. He's now got 2 Mutas against 1 inside Striker's base.
3.
Defender's advantage is not going to help because those Mutas from Cross can hit them as they're hatching. He snipes the Muta. Now it's 3 against 1. I think that's game.
GG.
All right. Cross taking game 3.
All right, we got a series on our hands.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. You love to see it.
Absolutely.
It's not fun to watch a blowout, especially in a matchup like ZVZ.
Yeah, no, this is where it's getting good.
Oh, yeah. Looks like we got Vermeer, as the great Artosis would say.
Vermeer.
Vermeer.
All right. Let's go ahead and hop on in.
Okay, game 4.
Yeah, game 4. These guys are.
They're going at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
At this point, they're definitely warmed up. They've sized each other up. They're like, okay, you're really good. Okay, you're really good. Let's go.
Yeah. Like, maybe we're both good at this game.
Yeah, and they're ready. They're like, come on, casters, let's go.
Yeah, they're like, hey, hurry up.
We're ready. Love it.
All right, guys, here we go.
We're going to be doing a lot of 1A, 2A, 3A from the casting spot here.
Absolutely.
In the top left, we got Cross in the blue Zerg, who just took game 3 after Striker got games 1 and 2. We're on Vermeer here, folks.
Bottom left-hand side. It's our guy who's up. You guys gave him some strength. You gave Crossy a little too much strength, maybe. Now we'll see if he can bring it back. But Striker, I think Striker wants to win this real quick. A nice quick 3-1.
Yeah. Do you mind checking the larva in
Get up,
Cross's
Striker.
base there? I want to see if they're both doing the trick.
Thanks for the support, Sneakiness.
It's getting there.
Sneakiness, you're the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Always appreciate the support, guys. It's all going into StarCraft. Guys, don't forget, Montreal is not the only LAN that's happening this summer.
Tell us more, Aaron.
We got Chicago coming in 2 months.
Ooh,
Fun fact, the qualifiers for Chicago start next weekend.
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
It sounds busy.
Yeah, that sounds like I want to try that.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'll rant about it a little bit. The venue in Chicago, Mid Lane Esports, wonderful place, super fun.
Oh, mid lane is so good. Adam, the owner,
Oh, he's amazing.
he's he does it as a side business because he just loves LAN events.
He opened that during the pandemic
What a
Yeah.
what?
because that was new to the area a few years back.
That's by the way, both
Double 9 pool.
Yeah, that's nuts to open a LAN venue both 9 pool.
I mean, there's no way to know. You know, it's like opening
Yeah.
a restaurant. A lot of people did it. Most of those places folded. It was pretty sad. But
Yeah.
lovely to see. Mid Lane is a fabulous place. Anyone who's in Chicago,
Oh
gotta
yeah,
check it out.
and I love going back there. I called him up 4 or 5 months ago, like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, just confirm. Hey, am I on your books today? He's like, you just show up whenever. I loved you guys.
Yeah, he's that kind of guy. He's lovely.
And I mean, this year we're gonna, if it's anything like this, we're bringing 40 people into his
Yeah.
venue.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to it. I genuinely love that place.
Yeah, and Aaron, I gotta thank you for all this. I personally feel like with a game like Brood War, which is so niche, it's all
Yeah.
about the community. You know, being
Oh,
able to bring
absolutely.
people together in person is what makes this game so great.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun talking to everyone on Discord and
Mm-hmm.
playing games online. But we actually sit down, we have a couple drinks, we play some games, we have a good laugh.
Yeah.
You're sitting over someone's shoulder as they win or lose, and we have a good laugh about
Yeah.
it, right?
And
It's so
everybody's
different.
really nice, honestly.
Yeah, it's a very good. Like, online, we can all be a little bit of shit towards each other because it's
For sure.
online. But like when you're in person, everyone actually is just cool.
Yeah, it's wonderful. We've got a move out going across the map with 6 Lings. Looks like Striker's trying to scout with 2 Lings. If those are out of position, this could actually. Oh no, he's got enough. He's fine.
Yeah, but he has to actually put them in position. Because right now that's
That's true.
I was gonna say that was a Ling gap there for a moment.
Ling Gap sounds like an 80s rock band
I'd listen.
on tour with the Scorpions. Hey, it's Ling Gap.
I would listen to Ling gap.
They're probably from Germany.
Probably. Xavier.
Yeah, we can ask Xavier. Ever listen to Ling Gap? He's a Terran player, though. He wouldn't know them.
Nah, yeah, not his style of music.
The Zerg music is so strange too.
It's perfect.
It's just very eerie.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point. It's supposed to have that like
Oh,
eerie
we
violence.
got Lings in the base.
Oh, a drone's
Striker
down.
got a drone from Cross's base. Yeah, Striker trying to take a page from Cross's book from the last game. You know, try to catch him off guard, grab a drone here, and that really makes a big difference. Not just in terms of economy, but in terms of attention.
Oh no! No!
Oh, if he gets this drone. Oh, great block from Cross. Let's see if he can keep that drone alive. Striker's probably targeting intentionally.
It's well in the fold right now.
Oh my gosh. Oh, is he going to get it?
Oh, he wants it.
Oh my gosh.
The man wants. The man hungers.
He's going back and forth. Oh, he splits up his Lings to get Cross attention. One of them gets sniped. Striker's really trying his damnedest to get that, but that Ling is very squishy.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
Oh my gosh.
But I love that like nothing's happening here. There's like, all right, and now
Just
they're
a
both just
stalemate.
staring here.
Yeah.
Like, this is where their attention has been for like a bit now. Also, shout out to Seppu, who is handling the Wikipedia information for this.
Thank you for that.
My actual hero. Like, we were at the bar, and the reason I was on my phone a bunch at the bars is he kept texting me. He was like, hey, this good? Does this look right?
That's lovely.
And I'm like, yes, this is incredible. And I'm like trying to get, that's why I was asking who casted and everything. Like trying to get it all in order, drink it. I'm like, oh, actually, here we go. Like, what a hero.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Also worth pointing out, Cross is not mining optimally.
Oh,
Oh, Striker does get a drone with that Ling. Yeah, Cross actually
This
had...
Ling is worth its weight in gold.
Cross had 2 drones kind of on the same patch for a while there, so even though he might have had the right number of drones, he wasn't... I think his attention was so distracted by that Zergling, he wasn't mining properly, so that also pushes Striker ahead a little bit economically.
Yeah, 100%. And it's one of those, like, 2 drone kills is obviously, like, the big thing we're going to talk about, but you got to talk about the fact he's bouncing drones around the entire time, trying to keep them safe
That's
from
huge.
the Lings.
It's like making somebody do a probe pull when you do a Ling run by.
Yeah.
Okay,
It makes such a huge difference.
Cross's mutas are out. He pushes back Striker's Zerglings. Looks like
go for a
Cross
hatch?
Cross is probably going to try to expand. Striker dropped his natural hatchery a little earlier, so let's see how this turns out.
All right. We need more mutas first.
Yes.
Then we get it.
Striker's Zerglings kind of parking in the middle of the base. Let's see if Cross finds those and tries to pressure them.
Oh,
He
we
does
find the
see
right
them.
by.
He just runs by.
That's fine. Hi, guys.
Does Cross not have Ling speed? I don't think he does. Strikers are fast. Crosses is not.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely
So
slow.
if there's like a big attack, it's
It
not going
makes
to be
it
balanced.
such a. It's funny because it's not like an actual combat upgrade, right?
Right.
But it makes such a big difference in a fight.
Absolutely. You need that surround. That's
Yeah.
how you win in a Zergling fight. You've got to get the surface area.
Yo, welcome, DeWalt.
Oh,
welcome,
shit.
Raiders.
Wow.
Hello,
DeWalt in the
friends.
chat. Welcome.
Yeah, we got some ZBZ going on here. Great ZBZ action.
Yeah. Striker versus Cross we're on Vermeer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's right there at the bottom right.
I know how to read.
I don't. Good for you, I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's honestly, this has been a great series.
Yeah, Striker took the first 2, Cross took game 3, so now we're on game 4.
You guys did miss the TVT though.
Yeah, that
Artie and
was
Jip.
epic. That first game went 35 minutes. Artosis massing battle cruisers. Oh,
Yeah.
glorious.
I'm honestly kind of surprised. Ooh, we just
Yeah,
take out a Muta.
Cross snipes a Muta for 2 Scourge. I wouldn't say for free, but it's close.
No.
Cross moving out on the map.
Yeah, I think he's going around. He's looking. He's gonna find these. This is
Yeah,
finally gonna get
that's
cleaned
a
up.
good find, because if he can kill some of those speedlings, that's going to really help him later.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that backstab. You know.
Yeah. As long as there's one Ling, you can be backstabbed, though. Let's be real.
True. Actually, true though.
Yeah, Cross doing a pretty good defensive position with his slower Zerglings, though. He should be okay.
Yeah, it's always hard when you only have slowly.
Cross going into Striker's base. Let's see what he can do here. He's making magic happen. He snipes an Overlord. Gets a drone on the gas. Did that miss?
I don't know what
What?
just happened with that shot. Nothing.
I guess it was just poorly
Scourge on
timed.
Scourge violence.
I missed what happened to Cross's Scourge, but Striker in the lead here with he's getting the moving shots.
Yeah.
Cross is on the defensive.
Oh, Putting
This is
Scourge on
some
Scourge.
wild
Hi,
micro
Drone.
here. Hello, Drone. Striker in the
yeah,
lead,
it's
sniping all of Cross's mutas except for one.
Jeez,
And
yeah. GG is called. Like,
that's
he
our
just
series, isn't
lost
it?
all of them. Yeah.
3-1. All right.
GG's. What an incredible ZVZ moment.
Love to see that caliber of player on ZVZ.
Absolutely. It just makes me happy to see heavy ZVZ.
I also wanna recall, for those of you who joined us a little later, game 1, Striker went 9 pool and Cross went 12 hatch, and that was the longest game out of all 4 of them.
Yeah,
that was a
that's true.
15-minute game, back and forth mutas. So even though Striker took it 3-1, it was actually pretty close if you think about it.
It was that was an incredible series all around.
Wonderful, beautiful.
You want to stay here for a minute? Talk. I'm gonna get Striker, and you want to do an interview with him?
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right,
That sounds super fun. Thanks, Aaron. So we're going to have an interview with Striker in just a moment there, our winner from the ZVZ series. You should be here soon. Welcome, Striker. Welcome, Striker. Now you can hear me with the headphones, too.
Thank you. Awesome.
How far did you come out to get to our LAN today?
I came from New York, so it was actually really close.
Okay.
It was like an hour flight. Yeah, super fast.
Right on. Awesome. Congrats on your win
Thank you.
in the series, 3-1.
Oh, yeah, that was very, very stressful. Yeah.
Can you tell us about game 1? Because you had a huge build order advantage.
Honestly, I actually don't face that matchup all that often. Like when I go 9 pro and the opponent goes 12 hatch.
Yeah.
Because I don't actually play that on ladder all that much because it's kind of like a free win, and they usually just don't cancel the hatchery, and then that puts them really behind. But Crossy played it like pretty well. He like canceled it, put like an extra proxy hatch.
Yeah.
At 11, and I saw his drone go out, so I knew he would do that. But I also haven't faced that situation all that often.
Sure.
So I was like a little bit like, well, should I like drone up a bit? I think building a sunk in that situation was a mistake because he didn't have like a second hatchery to just like all in lane rush me. So I think that definitely was not a good decision. So I think it became pretty even at some point.
Yeah.
And then it just came down to meter micro.
Yes.
And I had some extra lanes, which I was able to like take out his hatchery and his drones. Or I guess I never took out his like 11 o'clock, but I harassed it a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that eventually put me ahead because I just had like more larva for drones and for gas and stuff. But yeah, actually, similar thing happened against a 10 tat on yesterday.
Oh, really?
Where I did 9 pull against his 12 hatch. He was like diagonal for me. And I think I was like over aggressive there. I almost like ended up losing that one too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. You think of these roll of the die kind of builds. Like, yeah, 9 pool always wins, but game 1 was the longest. It was 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It was so exciting to watch you guys go back and forth with like 8 to 10 mutas. You'd clash, you'd lose half your army, you'd both fly back to your bases.
I mean, I think the initial fight, I actually had more mutas, and if I like just chased him properly, I think I would have just won right then and there.
Sure.
But I was like a little bit just like kind of panicking at that moment because yeah, I was just like, how did I get in this situation?
Yeah.
So I just like backed off from there.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean that was a build order win. I should have won that game.
Well, you did.
And I ended up winning. So I'm glad I didn't end up losing that game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was riveting though.
Yeah.
Can you tell? I don't want to ask you for spoilers. Can you tell us a bit about what goes through your head in the games like that when like you feel like you should be winning, and like do you get frustrated? Do you get amped up? Like what happens?
I think, and like this happens to me a lot during like online or offline tournaments where I'll sort of tunnel vision based on my initial like strategy for the game, and then I won't like step back and like reassess where I am. I feel like when I'm in practice, it just happens a lot more naturally because maybe I just don't care enough. Where I'm like, oh, it's okay if I lose, whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, in this kind of situation, I often sort of blank out a bit. And then I'm like unsure what I should do.
Wow.
But I think this time I was able to sort of recollect myself, and I was like, okay, I'm still probably a little bit ahead. I think I gave him an out with like that hatchery, and I built like an extra sunk. But I think if I just micro well enough, I should be able to win.
Yeah.
Because I was like, at best, maybe he's like some Scourge ahead
Sure.
of me or something.
Do you mind if I ask kind of a basic question?
Oh yeah, no.
So I'm like a low C rank Zerg, and I'm watching you guys have these engages with the Mutalisk and the Scourge. How do you do that?
I think everyone has their own way of doing it. I personally like to hotkey like my Scourge like 2, 3, and 4, where there's like 6 Scourge at hotkey 2, 4 Scourge at hotkey 3, and like 2 Scourge at hotkey 4.
Sure.
So I'll be cycling through like 1, which is like an Overlord and a Muta, like 11 Mutas. And I initially have the Scourge like right-clicked on one of the Mutas, so that as I'm like dancing with my Mutas, like they just kind of follow me around.
Yeah.
And then when they come in, I like to just quickly just do like 2 right-click on one of his Mutas, 3 right-click on other one of his Mutas. And
So you actually right-click.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4.
So if
then,
so if you actually miss with the click, though, they're just going to fly and do nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, And then you gotta like fix that error, which is often very expensive to do because you have to like click like 3 more times to get them to the right place. But when it works out, it's really great because then, you know, if they're unimpeded, they'll individually hit like a Muta, and then you can control your Mutas from then on without having to worry about the Scourge at all. And then you can just kind of distract him so that he gets hit by the Scourge. So that's typically worked best for me. But then, you know, if he notices this and sort of backs off, then I have to reset again. And then, you know, that's why there's this like kind of dance between people, because they don't want like to be locked into the Scourge, you know, like this. You want to like go out of sight and then come back inside and that kind of thing.
Right, absolutely. If you don't mind, I want to jump to game 3. So Cross, you were up 2-1.
Yeah.
And then Cross took game 3 with some pretty aggressive, you know, little things he kind of poked at you, got a drone here and there, and ended up taking the win. How did it feel? Did it impact your state of mind, your flow?
That one was actually a little bit annoying because I had the build order win because I went over gas, and I think he went 9-full layer, if I'm guessing correctly.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that's supposed to be a build order win, and so I mean, that position is a little bit tricky because if they hold your choke, because you know they have earlier links, so they will be able to hold your choke. If they like take an expansion behind that, then he can eventually catch up to you and gas, even though you went over gas. So that was like kind of my worry. I didn't check the replay to see if he actually did end up making a hatchery at his net. Do you remember if he did?
I don't remember that game that well, to be honest.
So